Somebody say something.
No.
Something.
Zombie can't hear anything.
The Tombi has no audio. Well, that one gets figured out. Welcome,
so that's
everybody.
At least
Everybody.
2 people have had audio problems already this evening.
Yeah,
We're off to a great start.
Yeah, and the funny part is, it wasn't you.
Yeah, for
How
once.
great is that? It was not the Greg that had the audio problems. Nice.
You're going to have to wait for
Hello,
Zombie.
chat. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, let's be honest. If it's audio problems, it's either Greg or it's with Abe with Abe's mic, but that's just the microphone issue.
I blame Bill Gates.
I mean, that's usually a safe bet.
I mean, we can blame anybody.
Blame everybody.
Yeah, just straight up, just blame everybody.
Well, hi everyone. So, how have you been, Hanayama?
Yeah, I mean, how have I been? I mean, it's a great week to be fucking on Twitter and look at what's happening with Ubisoft. Looking at what's happening with Disney, specifically yesterday. Looking at have you seen Greg?
Disney?
By the way,
What happened with Disney?
Oh, they delayed certain projects. They announced they got a new chairman of the board of directors starting next year. They announced that Bob Iger is stepping down by 2026.
Yeah.
So they got a bunch of, and all of it just dropped yesterday out of nowhere.
And Blade's cancelled.
Movie has been delayed indefinitely. Yep. Then you have Warner Brothers sitting there being like, yeah, so how about we don't do anything, just sit here and play cards?
I did hear all this, it's just that I don't care and I forgot. It's like Disney.
Disney fucking up again.
Yeah.
I mean, must be a day ending in Y.
It's a day that ends in Y. Yeah, but the funny part about it, Greg, is I also do not care, but I find it amusing. That's why I remember.
Yep.
Like it gets a good giggle out of you being like, oh, so that got delayed, that got shut down, he gets fired. Great!
It's a slow collapse, isn't it? It's like bits are falling off the Magic Castle slowly, like a turret here and a turret there.
Yeah.
Eventually it's just going to collapse in on itself.
Yes.
And
eventually it has to crumble.
There'll be a chasm underneath it that opens up and all of it will collapse into that chasm and then flames will come out, tentacles waving, and then it will seal shut forever.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And then everybody gets eggs of madness planted into their brains and goes insane.
Yep.
Things like that, yeah.
Great time. And then in 2 years they look like fentanyl zombies.
Actually, I might write that adventure. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, can this be a tabletop game? Because I kind of want to play in this setting. Let's go. Let's do this.
Believe me, I've got perfect rule sets for all of these.
Yes! Sign me up. That sounds great.
Actually, this sounds like a new one for it's not out. It's just come out. There's a game called X-Crawl Classics by Goodman Games, and it's a tabletop role-playing game where it's kind of a futuristic D&D world where dungeon crawling has been turned into a stadium sport, and you play a team of kind of super athletes that are trying to get sponsorship deals in a league, and you do dungeon runs basically, but you get mechanics in the game for style points and things like that, so you get to build up a pool of this stuff you can share with other characters and pull off really good party moves that are entertaining because you're trying to entertain the crowds and stuff. And it's X-Crawl Classics. It's by Goodman Games. Brendan LaSalle has written it, and I've played a few games with him when he came over a few years ago, and it was absolutely one of the best fun times I've had on a tabletop. Actually. There's a few that were more fun.
Played a tabletop
games.
That sounds awesome.
God, I feel like I'm taking space escape all of a sudden.
Yeah. Also, we sadly had one downside this week because Uzumaki episode 3 came out, and apparently the final episode 4, is even worse when it comes to how far the quality has dipped. The series just went through production hell, with episode 1 having been finished for 3 years already, and they just aired the damn show over the last 4 weeks, because they finished episode 1, which looks great, and all the trailer material is out of episode 1. And then episode 2 had a different studio than episode 1. Episode 3 had another different studio than episode 2 and 1. And then for episode 4, they went back to the studio that did episode 2, but with only 3/4 of the budget for episode 2. And that one already looks like shit.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah, for anybody that likes Junji Ito's work, stick to the fucking light novels, because that... episode, like, if episode 4 honestly is worse, and episode 3 already looked like a fucking PowerPoint presentation, oh dear God.
Yeah, I watched a video earlier about how the animation quality becomes so inferior compared to the first episode.
Yeah, it's maddening.
Yeah.
Like, it goes from a production studio that knows what the fuck they're doing to a student project that works in PowerPoint. And nobody knows how that happened. So, yeah, not really great, that one. But now we can toss the question over. So, Greg, how was the week?
Pretty good. You're going to make me try and remember things now, aren't you? I was going to get gigabit internet installed today and got stood up by the engineers, which was a bit annoying.
Oh, fun.
So, which is pretty unusual. Yeah. So I've been playing Conan. That's what I've been doing. I've been playing the shit out of Conan.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Absolutely love it. And playing with my kids as well on the server. So that's been fun. You know, we've played Minecraft, and I was like, nah, I'm going to get them Conan. So got
That's
them on it as
awesome.
well.
I'm back.
Hey,
Hey, I can hear everybody again.
We can hear you.
Oh God, we can hear him.
Do you know the worst thing is we were sat there, and I am going to blame fucking Abe for this shit, because it's his fucking fault. Right, so there we are. We're sitting 5 minutes before we're going live, and Abe says, yeah, I'm really quiet. I'm using this SteelSeries GG shit. And I'm thinking, oh, I've got that installed somewhere. I'll open it. Not only did it decide to update itself, it then killed all my audio drivers, removed everything, got rid of all of it. I couldn't select audio. I had no devices when I went to select headphones, microphones, you name it. All of it was just fucking gone. I'm like, have I gone fucking deaf or something? I can't fucking hear shit.
I think Abe is laughing hysterically in the background, but he's still
Yes.
really soft.
It's-
But I can
it
hear
might
this
suck so
distant,
bad.
evil laugh.
It sounds like he's in a toilet somewhere.
Look,
I can hear him now.
I mean, I
Sounds
can
like a
barely
mosquito.
hear him.
He sounds like a mosquito.
It's a
It's like-
distant,
I don't.
pending evil
It's,
laugh.
it's very quiet in the background. You can hear the evil Rasputin laugh.
If you just open a window and shout really loudly, you would probably be able to be heard. A little bit easier on how your microphone's coming across. It's like you're almost not there. You're like 10% everybody else's volume.
Maybe you've
Really?
got noise cancellation
Yeah.
on, really
little
aggressive
better.
or something.
No,
maybe.
Andy, I wouldn't.
Wouldn't what?
Walk on broken glass bridges. But I couldn't walk on a glass bridge anyway because I have vertigo.
Yeah, she's got vertigo, mate.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
That's
Yeah.
not vertigo as in I'm afraid of heights. That's vertigo that I have inner ear damage.
Abe, I'm going to ask a technical question now, because Tomby always asks technical questions. Is your headset a SteelSeries headset?
It is not, no.
Right.
That's
So why the fuck are you using SteelSeries? GG.
It was free and it seemed to work at first.
What, just the software?
Yeah.
Oh. I've got SteelSeries GG, but I've got SteelSeries keyboard and a SteelSeries mouse and SteelSeries headset.
Yeah, because you've got the Arctis. You've got the baby Arctis, haven't you?
Yeah.
Arctis 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Eclectic Goats joined us. but you've got really heavy microphone noise.
Oh, he's muted now.
Yeah.
This is going really well.
I'm
Welcome,
just
everybody.
gonna. So for Eclectic Goat, if you want to go into the settings, just make sure that you've got background noise reduction turned on in the EV application. So on the panel, you'll see the settings, and hopefully you can turn on background noise reduction. Sounds like there's a lot of hiss coming through. But yeah, Abe, I'm surprised you're... Well, the thing is that you're not going to get any of the benefits of configuring the audio through that. So the only other thing I can think of is that in the engines, I can't even figure out how that's affecting your audio.
No, neither can I.
Because
I've
it
been
shouldn't
using
do.
this for ages.
It shouldn't do. So when you're opening up Windows and you're selecting your devices, can you just ignore the ignore SteelSeries and just connect to your mic directly?
Yeah, I suppose I could just terminate the software.
I don't think that's going to cut it. So when you go to, are you on Windows 11?
No, 10.
Windows 10, same fucking deal. So when you right-click on the volume icon in Windows and you go to Open Volume Mixer,
Yeah.
at the top you've got Output Device and Input Device.
Yeah.
Is the input device saying SteelSeries?
Yeah.
Change that
strangely
to the mic.
What? Just the regular?
Yep.
Okay.
Just change it to whatever your microphone input is, and bypass the SteelSeries.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Still is quiet.
Okay. How about now?
Still is quiet.
Now?
Same. No change.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, the Hump Day Chinwag has become a technical call. Ladies and gentlemen, we're discussing audio and stuff.
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Let's go around the room.
How about
And let's
now?
say hello to everybody.
It's about
I'm gonna.
How
gonna
about
add-
now?
You're just shouting. That's cheating.
You're just
Jesus.
shouting now. Let me add Eclectic Goat's image to her avatar. Let's get that housekeeping done. Eclectic Goat, how you doing? Hope you are well. I realise obviously you probably just got home from work, so it was a case of flying in and jumping onto the PC. Ooh. Your microphone either isn't connected at all or there's a loose cable. It's a really high pitch. Sounds to me like you're a dulcet tone of a modem right now. Is that the same for everybody else, by the way?
Yes.
Yep.
Just
Okay.
briefly, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like really high pitch. I would say 15 kilohertz tone coming through. Nice high pitch.
Yep.
Right, let's go around the room and see how we're all doing. Greg, you can fuck off. Hanayama, how you doing?
Yeah. See, while you were having audio problems, we already did the housekeeping for me and Greg, so chat already knows, so we can skip to Yanni.
Skip to Yanni.
Oh, snap.
Yarwich, how you doing? How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm doing all right, thanks. I'm trying to keep busy with Pine and Cauldron stuff. I'm currently processing a whole bunch of yarn, as in putting in labels and writing things and wrapping things and organizing and yada, yada, yada. So that's what I'll be doing during this podcast. But I'm excited for all the different subjects that we have and excited to see all you lovely people.
Good.
That's me.
Abe,
Well, if you can hear me okay.
you're a little bit better. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, still breathing.
Good. Yeah, you're certainly not starting off really, really quiet now, so it's definitely a marked improvement.
Okay, so that's one problem fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure if we get on a team viewer call, we can sort the rest of the audio out, so that's no problem. Yeah, we'll get it sorted. Ickly Pickly, how you doing?
Apart from being extremely tired, it's like having a newborn baby in the house. I'm up every
Yep.
2 hours for potty training.
So am I. I did come down at 12 last night and took her out for a giant wee.
Yeah, but the problem is she woke me up at 2:30 and I was up ever since.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable. But yes, we do have the new puppy. The puppy is, she's lovely. She is very, very, very lovely. She is definitely a hugger, definitely a kisser, and definitely is going to be squashing us at some point in the future. Poppy was always very standoffish, so our first Bernese Mountain Dog was never one for cuddles, never one for kind of like jumping on you or lying on you. But I think Rosie's going to be the complete opposite. She is definitely all about you and climbing on you and snuggling and going to sleep. So I've got
She's gonna
visions
be
of
one
this 70-kilo puppy just in a couple of years, just running into the house, fly kicking people and just jumping onto the sofa and just smothering them. It's going to be great.
She's going to be one of those big dogs that doesn't realize or care that she's big.
Poppy doesn't know she's big. Poppy really doesn't know she's big. She thinks she's small.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Poppy still thinks she's a 7-kilo puppy rather than a 70-kilo lump.
Yeah, and she will stand on your feet and not care. She will sit on you and not care on your feet. And she has got the tail that's the perfect height for all of the boys on the panel to get very worried. Because the amount of time she's walked past me and nearly knocked me unconscious. Because, I mean, her tail is, what, 3 inches across? And it's just pure muscle. And it's like, oh my God, my bollocks. Every now and again, she just comes past.
Yeah, and if you get hit by the tip, it's travelling at speed as well, Tom.
Mate, it's crazy. Yeah,
but
it is. It's brutal.
The habit of when you're stroking her, she leans against your legs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 60 kilos, she's 70 kilos, and she puts all her weight on my legs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, I got the idea like that breed of dog was made for people like me that are fairly tall and fairly hefty to be like, no, this is manageable rather easily.
Yeah. This is meant for hefties. That's
I mean,
so funny.
if you are like me, like if you are 6'2", and if you are let's do quick maths for the Americans. So if you are 6'2" and around 230 pounds, I think you can handle fucking puppy.
Yep.
But this is the thing. She's built for pulling carts to farm, to market from the farms. But if you take her on the lead, it's like you haven't got anything there. She doesn't.
Yeah, she's completely loose lead. She doesn't pull you.
Oh.
At least that's something.
Yeah, she does. She used to. Fuck me, the cow bag. So when she was younger and she had her harness on, she's managed to kind of like pull me so quickly that I fell over, broke me coccyx. I was sitting in pain for 2 fucking years because of that little bitch. That's not. And the thing is that this finger, the tip is ever so slightly off because I had her lead wrapped around my finger because I was being a douche. We were down the beach and I'd grabbed a ream of her lead to stop her running off.
Yeah.
Only for her to snap it. The lead was right around my finger and just went bink. And the whole thing just went doot.
Yeah, so
all at the end of my finger. I'm like,
and by the way, for chat,
oh my God.
So in chat for Lilith to answer the question, 6'2" is 187 centimeters, so almost 190. I'm 3 off to being 190. I'm 187.
Yeah,
big pups.
And let's say hello to our special guest again. So welcome back to the Eclectic Goats, and let's see how your audio is.
Still dead.
Yeah, it's Do you know what it sounds like?
Oh,
Oh.
now are we having any luck?
Oh,
Yay!
All right, there we go.
Yay!
So I think the original problem is that as soon as I turned my headset on, the cat immediately stuck her face right up next to the mic
Oh no.
and proceeded to start purring at like full blast.
Oh,
So I was
bless
trying
her.
to like fend her off and like shut the mic off so you didn't have to listen to it,
Oh.
and it didn't work.
Oh, bless.
I don't know
are
what happened
getting
the
it-
second time though.
Getting a bit
We
of
are
background noise.
we are getting a little bit of echo come from yourself though, Goat.
Well, let me check on that then.
Yay,
This is
technology.
just going to be the
That ain't-
episode full of audio problems.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is completely fixed now. Oh,
Oh.
almost.
Well,
Right.
the issue is that you're the only one that I have to use Edge with instead of Firefox. I have to change all my settings.
Okay.
Because I got here late, I didn't have time to do that. So I'm like trying to do it on the
Gotcha.
fly.
Yeah. I think
So
it's
my
mostly...
apologies about the time
Ye-
zone issue.
No, you're all right. I think it's mostly when we're talking a little bit too loud anyway, that it just triggers the microphone to pick us up. So I think we're okay for now. But again, second time that Goat's been with us. Thank you very much indeed for joining again, as always. And we've got certainly plenty of things to discuss and talk about. So hopefully you're going to be in for a good show.
I might have gone a little overboard on the Wizards of the Coast thing. That's why I was so late to go do groceries. I wasn't actually at work. I was doing groceries late because I really went down a rabbit hole on the whole Wizards of the Coast thing.
Oh, I want to hear that story.
And
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Mate, Wizards of
like-
the Coast have seriously shit the bed lately.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
massively
Oh,
shit the
this
bed.
For
is-
years now. Yeah.
I can bitch about Wizards of the Coast like other people can bitch about like Disney or video games.
Well, the good
Woo!
thing is there's no status geek today because he's ill and he's being a fanny.
well
We've got
soon.
no Smoo and we've got no Jack. So there is plenty of opportunity, Goat, for just taking the whole show to town and going down that rabbit hole. But before we do that, we need to say hello to the lovely chat. We've got Daily Dysfunction in the house. Good to see you, Daily. Crimson Shadow as well. Time for more chin wagging. Got to say that correctly, otherwise it would come across wrong. Annie Matthews, good to see you, my friend. Hopefully you and Shadow are doing well. Spin down, spin down. Obviously, Smooth's in the States, so he's probably enjoying himself. I think... I think Status Geek is probably shitting through the eye of a needle, so I hope he's enjoying himself as well. Bastard for not turning up. Dawn of Mutilations in the house. How you doing? Good to see you. Spinning through. And we've got Psychotic Mongoose. Hi, chat. Quasar. Hi there, my personable friends. Good to see you. Tracy Reeves. Thank you very much indeed. Ickly Pickly is in chat for once. Lilith. How you doing, Lilith? Good to see you. Good to see you. Martin. Uncle Martin with the mountain bike. What happening? Basically, all the audio issues known to man have all happened at the same time. It's been great. It's been
We
fantastic.
are here to exceed expectations. In
Oh, yeah,
the
that's-
opposite
that's-
direction.
100%. David Morris. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hopefully you are doing well, my friend. I do think about you quite often.
love.
Not naked or anything, just generally, mate. But I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope you're doing well.
that's
Adam
it.
Gray. Aha! Here you are. Yes, here I am. Here we are, should we say. We are a band of merry men and ladies. In fact, are we outnumbered?
No,
Yes, we are.
Are
We are.
no.
There's 3 men and 4 ladies.
That's 4 men.
No.
I want to know.
Great.
I want to
Great
know who
lady.
is counting.
I already know who he's counting.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Bad Bill. Hey, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Legatus is joining in. Fade in Hump Day. Yes, it is. Bishop's Opening. Bishop's Opening we popped in and saw on this Sunday shout out
Bishop.
quite recently. He's a good dude. Hail panel. Hail chat. How are you all beautiful creatures doing this fine evening? Make sure you pop across and check out Bishop's Opening's YouTube channel as well, guys. Well worth it. Well worth it. Spinning through. Who else have I not said hello to today? Lisi. Hi. Odd stream hadn't started on my phone and still hasn't started on the TV. I left the mobile and saw Smoo had it on. Came back in and it worked. Yeah, the start of the stream was way fucked up, mate. Way fucked up. It took me 2 attempts to just go live. But then we are live on my YouTube, Smoo's YouTube, my Twitch, my Twitter, Smoo's Twitter, my Rumble, my Kick. We are literally live in 7 places.
It's insane.
Yes, taking up all the bandwidth. Fuck.
Now I have stage fright.
Stage fright. Well, there's 97 people currently watching us, which is always good.
Nice.
26 on YouTube, 32, well, 29 on YouTube, 50 on Twitter, 2 on Rumble. No one on Kick just now, but that doesn't report. Who have we lost?
Goat.
Oh, shit. Oh, she's back.
There she is.
There she is. She's back.
That must be a new record then, yeah?
And 17, it's
gonna be a day,
because
isn't
I've
it?
added Twitch in. So we've got 17 people currently watching over on Twitch.
Cool.
This is good.
Awesome.
This
Nobody
is
fuck up.
good. Daveyverse, Hell Gaze, and Hail Chat. Davey, your mum's chocolates are making me fat, mate. They are very, very enjoyable. And 100%, if there's anybody in chat that can get the link for Truffleicious before I do, mods, please post it into chat as well, because they are absolutely divine. They're very lovely. Who else? Have we missed anybody? Tracy, Eclectic. Grizzle! How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Steve's in the house. Steve-O. Hardy Harmonica as well.
Thanks, Steve.
Good to see you.
Mongoose is in as well.
Ref, yep. I
Hello,
did
Ref.
see Mongoose. I might just not have said hello to Mongoose, but
You might
Mongoose
have.
is with us. It's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you. Robert Harvey as well. Got loads of people in chat today. Natty McBatty as well. How's the babies, Natty? How's the babies? And yes, time for opinions. 100% time for opinions. There will be some facts. We will give facts. We always give facts. But most of the things that we're discussing are
There will
probably
be
going to be
some.
out. Say again, Abe?
Not many, but there will be some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yeah.
there
I mean,
We're very thinly spread, bit like Vegemite. over
what?
toast.
We don't eat Vegemite, you
What do you
fanny.
mean?
We eat Marmite. Real men eat Marmite.
I have both.
They will be spread like buttered over too much bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
100%.
Greg lives
100%.
dangerously having both.
Well, I don't have them both together. Like, I just have two
Oh,
pots
that's
for
Greg's.
different days.
That's Greg's version of peanut butter and jelly, isn't it? Yes,
No,
Marmite
my
on
version
one and
of peanut butter
Vegemite on
and
the
jelly
other.
is-
And together, through the power of creation, he makes an abomination.
It makes
No,
me
it's-
I
vomit.
might, I might have to do that now.
No, Tomby, it's Marmite on one, Vegemite on the other, and if you put it together, you get diarrhea.
Now, I was
Yes!
thinking today about peanut butter jelly sandwiches because I have
Peanut
butter and honey
Yep.
instead.
Oh.
I was like, maybe this is the British version of PBJ.
Schlurpo butter.
It was
Yeah,
one of those
I
thoughts
will
that just
say-
goes,
I will say, peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and jam in the UK has never been a UK thing at all, really. It's never taken off. It's never been a thing that's ever been established.
but it is
I mean,
really good.
Sounds
So
disgusting. Sounds like ass.
if you want to talk, I think this is a sheerly regional thing.
Mm.
Does anyone else know what the fluffernutter is?
No,
I've
it's like a
eaten.
job in the porn
Heard of
industry.
it.
Is it basically spreadable marshmallow fluff?
With peanut butter, yeah.
So I haven't had the peanut butter part of it, but definitely marshmallow fluff. I just eat it out of the jar.
That just sounds like a diabetes sandwich.
It is.
Yes.
It is. The nutritional
look at
value
that now.
is nil, but
Negative.
Sounds too
What-
throttlingly good.
Yeah.
What did-
-5.
what did Elvis Presley eat that caused him to gain all of the weight? Was it peanut butter and jelly, and he fried
Shame.
them?
Yeah. And I think
Yes.
he had, was it banana or something like that as well?
You're talking about
Fucking
Elvis?
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
peanut butter and banana, fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Fucking
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Peanut butter and banana. What the fuck?
Truffalicious,
Why?
link
Why?
down below.
Yes.
Cheers, Ickle.
It is surprisingly good.
Really?
I've never had them fried, but peanut butter and banana is surprisingly good.
I'm
It is,
curious as to
yes.
what it
I do
would
have that.
taste like. Because
I'm not
that's got to be a
convinced.
weird one.
Somehow I'm not convinced. Holy shit,
Just
we're at
don't try it in case
121
it's really
people
good
watching.
and you die the death
Yay,
of AIDS.
people.
Oh, dog's off on one.
Now, the dog's just celebrating the number of views we've got.
Yes, that is correct. The dogs are celebrating. Maybe we should just bring Rosie on for like half an hour and just double the number of views.
Has she
probably
calmed down a
work.
bit? Has she calmed down a bit now, Tom? Because when you were picking her up on camera, she was like, "Ah!"
Well, the thing is that was literally the first day, so
Yeah.
she wasn't actually used to us. Now she'll quite happily jump in our arms and just sit there as if to say, "What are you doing? Are you taking me out for another wee wee?"
That sounds
Because that's
Ickle's
usually what
cute.
happens.
Ickle's cue to go and grab a puppy.
How did you know? It's almost like you've
I'll set him
gone
up,
psychic.
mate. I'll set him up. You head him in.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, there's just going to be a big giant dog on the screen. So hopefully she'll bring it to it.
Since I was having audio trouble when we were talking about dogs, our new farm puppy at 7 months was his last weigh-in, and he was 95.6 pounds.
Holy shit.
Right. Okay. So surprisingly, I'm English, and so I need to translate that pounds
What?
to
Get outta here.
kilos. What? Divide it by 2. So what? 41 kilos.
Something like that.
Look at the
Yeah.
majestic puppy.
Oh, she's such a
think
teddy
it's-
bear.
Yeah, she is a teddy
That is-
bear, and she's
that is
9
like
weeks.
Pounds to a kilo.
She's 9 weeks old.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Already bigger than
Look at the
most.
size
my
of the
God.
paws.
She's
I mean,
already
Jesus
bigger than
Christ,
most
they're
dogs.
almost as big as her hands.
Yeah.
And someone's tired.
She's so floppy and fluffy. Oh
Yep.
my god.
That's Rosie for you.
I do love the floofy dogs.
Yeah.
Our new farm puppy is not floofy because we don't want him to get like too gross when he's out and about. But if he's the size of his dad, he'll be, let's see, I'll translate for you. He will be 91 kilos when he hits full growth.
Holy shit! What is he?
Oh my god.
His dad is an Anatolian Shepherd, and his mom is a
That'll do
Great
it.
Pyrenees, but he looks
Yeah.
exactly like his dad, and he's growing exactly like his dad.
An
Yeah.
Anatolian Shepherd.
Yeah,
Don't
Anatolian
we call
shepherds
them
are
Turkish
massive.
people these days?
Yeah. Yep. But the thing is that Poppy's 70 kilos, if not 75 kilos now. So she's a big girl. And Rosie's going to be exactly the same. Rosie is. But I just want to say hello to Sammy Pete. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you in chat. It's good to see you, my friend. Good old Sammy. Good old Sammy.
Those
All right.
those are actually on my list. Our house dog is like very old and not terribly well, and those are on my list for my next house dog because I want something that's good with animals
Yep.
and is reasonably well sized so he can still play with the farm dog.
Yeah. Lilith is saying, Lilith is only. Lilith, are you saying you're 49 kilograms? I mean, the thing is that that's probably the same as what Ickle is. She's quite
Yeah,
light.
I should be 49 kilos. Yes.
Yeah. But, right, okay, cool. Introductions and stuff done. We've caught up with the chat. Quasar says, way, so cute. And yes, Sammy, she is a Bernese Mountain Dog. Lilith, thank you very much indeed. So that's our second Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh, Lilith, you're 2 centimetres taller than me.
Yeah, so you're basically the same height as Ickle Pickle. Ickle is like a little dwarf. She's tiny. She can fit in a matchbox. All good things come in small packages. All good things come in small packages. Right, okay, let's talk about some stuff. Now I've got to
Where are we
reopen
going
all my
first?
screens. Mate, who wants... Do we want to start down the rabbit hole first?
I think so, because we're going to have
Which
That's
one?
probably going to
what is it?
give-
3 tabletop stories.
Yeah, that's probably going to give us a good opener in terms of Wizards of the Coasts. Right.
Ready, go.
Where do we want to start? Shall I put up the new Magic the Gathering rules on screen, and then we just let Goat tear Wizards of the Coast a new arsehole?
Give
I
it
think
a
that
go.
sounds like a good plan.
I got popcorn. I'm ready.
I'm already on the back foot because I thought this was going to be about the new DM's guide for D&D.
There's a new one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They constantly
I mean-
make new ones.
I
Well,
have
not constantly.
I have stuff that will tear them a new asshole for both Magic and D&D. So we could just, we can just tag team them.
Excellent.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, the thing is that as we normally do chat, we normally just throw something on the screen. Let's rearrange things a bit. We normally just throw something up on screen, like so, and then we just start talking about it generally, and then we go off and talk about everything else that's bothering us with Wizards of the Coast. So I saw this come up yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday. So Wizards of the Coast reportedly forcing applicants to sign a surviving non-disparagement clause to join official Magic the Gathering Commander Rules Committee. It limits what I can say about them forever, even if the contract ends. So essentially, in a
Open gaming license
move,
all over again.
yeah, in a move that feels like it was ostensibly done solely in order to help the tabletop publisher retain full control of any and all narratives surrounding the popular trading card game, Wizards of the Coast is reportedly asking members of their new Commander Rules Committee to agree to a surviving non-disparagement clause, which in theory would prevent them from ever, and I mean emphasis on ever, saying a negative word against the company or game for the rest of their respective lives.
Or the
How about that?
Pinkertons will turn up at your door and beat the shit out of your stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Literally.
how can you literally have something written in a contract that basically protects the business or the operation from ever having any form of negative comeback?
They're insane. Like their cheese has slipped off their crackers. They're
Yeah,
nuts.
that's
And then-
irrational even
typically-
for a big
is that-
company.
Typically,
The
in
problem
most
is that-
contracts, they actually outlay the duration for which a contract will exist for and be valid for.
Yeah.
So to say that this is forever, good luck with that.
I've never
Go,
liked the term
Go on.
non-disparagement either, because does that include things like if they do something illegal, you can't say anything because you're making the company look bad?
I mean, it
well,
certainly seems very. It's pretty subjective, isn't it? Like, how do you define a lot of these things? So I don't know. I feel like it leaves up for
And
some
it's,
dangerous
you know,
interpretation.
I have an issue. So one of my, we'll start at the tip of the iceberg here. One of my first issues with Wizards of the Coast ever, like before they bought TSR, before they did anything. So most people don't realize that Magic the Gathering is pretty much the only game that they've ever invented ever. They've just bought everything else.
They did do. Didn't they do the Pokemon card game first?
No, they
They were
bought it.
licensed to do it, and then
They bought it. They just bought the, but what they did was they sued out of, well, they didn't sue out of business. They somehow managed to get a copyright for collectible card games, despite the fact that there were dozens of collectible card games in existence at the time, and they forced them all out of business. They then licensed the rights to this Pokemon card game from Nintendo. Nintendo had already designed the game. They got the rights to it for a limited time. They lost the rights, and then the minute Nintendo got those rights back, they sued Nintendo and forced Nintendo to get rid of it because they had the copyright.
Oh my god!
So they basically they are the collectible card game world. No one else. You can't work you can't just go to another job if you work in collectible card games. So it's not like, well, someone says if you're not happy, just go get another job. So they
Yeah,
are forcing
easier said
people.
than done.
They're forcing people to sign a disclosure as if they had a choice when they've guaranteed that there is no choice. I used to work for a company at one point which made us sign a form saying that we were okay giving up our federally entitled lunch break and working
Oh,
through it and working through our dinner break. But the understanding was if we didn't sign it, we were going to lose our jobs. And
that's messed up.
that's basically what they've done here is, well, you can not sign this contract, but then you won't have a job. Except the difference is I could go work in another hospital, and these people can't because Magic the Gathering has made sure there are no other card companies for them to go work for.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when Magic was coming out and it was quite a big success. There was a big explosion of CCGs. At the same time, there was one for was it Vampire the Masquerade?
Yep.
There was a Buffy one. I don't think that was collectible. Maybe it was, but there was like a plethora of them. Chaosium also did Mythos,
Mythos,
which
yeah.
was the kind of early precursor. It nearly bankrupted the company, to be honest, because they overprinted. Everybody thought this, but were caught in the bubble which burst, and a lot of these companies that have been ticking over doing pen and paper rule books and so forth, just selling books, but essentially had to invest in high cost production, large print runs, foil packaging, and a lot of design and repetitive design as well. And it just broke a load of these companies. Like Chaosium nearly went bust.
Yeah.
And a couple of other role playing companies did the same.
You know what's also funny with their lifetime NDA? That's actually non-enforceable over here in Germany. That's highly illegal. We can just do whatever the fuck we want.
Across the EU and including the UK, you cannot sign a contract which has got ad infinitum. You can't do it. It's actually illegal. They banned those.
That's
I
correct.
think
back
it's
in
probably
the
illegal in
80s.
the States as well. So, I mean, they may have some loopy brained. Well, they have got crazy lawyers. I mean, you saw the crap they tried to pull with the OGL at the beginning of beginning of last year they did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
was it?
January.
There's
But
only
that's what
one
they
set
do.
of
They just
contracts that
they sue
go on.
people into bankruptcy. I mean,
Oh,
that's
right.
just what they do. That's how they've run their business since the
Yeah.
90s.
This is the thing, and I will just jump in there for a second, because a lot of the big companies, a lot of the big corporations that have the money to burn will just tie you up in litigations for years and basically drain you of all your funds so you can no longer fight, so you just walk away from the
That's what
fight.
Disney does as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yep.
matter if it's illegal or not. If basically for corporations like that, it's legal at a price and they've got the money
Correct.
to pay it. So they're going to do something illegal until somebody takes them somebody takes them to court. And even then, like you just said, that they're just going to throw money at it until whoever's taking them to court runs out because they've got more funds. So,
Well, there's
I
a set of
illegal or not.
contracts in most countries that are the few exceptions to this rule, because stipulating that someone should be held to a contract in which they're no longer a party doesn't stand unless it's got something to do with the state. So over here, for example, in the UK, we have something called the Official Secrets Act.
Yes.
Now, once you sign up to that, that is for life.
Not quite. It's for 50 years, but it's as good as.
For
It's
most
as good
people,
as.
by the time they sign something, like, you're not going to
Yeah.
get a 5-year-old signing the Official Secrets Act, are you?
No.
By the time people
So
sign it, is
functionally.
effectively for life.
I'm just gonna counter Bill's comment here. You also cannot be made to sign a contract that limits your ability to earn money, but there are clauses for non-compete, so they can be placed into contracts. And if you want the job, you are signing against the fact that you're going to not non-compete against that business if you move over to another business that does the same type of work. So if you're a financier and you want to go across to someone else that's doing finance and you've got a non-compete clause, technically the first business can challenge your right to apply for the other job.
Wow.
Mostly that happens in the States, though. It doesn't happen in the EU. Definitely doesn't happen in the UK. But Official Secrets Act was 50 years. So in 2057, officially I can talk about everything that I did when I was in the armed forces.
Yep.
Chances are I'm going to be freaking kick the bucket by then.
Yep.
I don't know if it's I don't know if this lawsuit is still going on or not, but I know that my example of them suing people is that so they have the right to collectible card games. So somebody started an online card game which did not fall under that, and they're in the process of attempting to sue them out of business, or were in the process. I don't know if they've already succeeded or not.
Yeah.
The whole idea is that they're just going to make sure that Magic is the only game in town. And what they've done with role-playing games, I mean, the fact is there are a lot of role-playing games that are just better than Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah,
Oh
definitely.
Yet
God,
it
yeah.
has
They're all up there.
stayed at the top of the game because they have either bought out or sued every company that looked like it was going to be a challenge. They let the small ones stay just so they can't be accused of being a monopoly.
Correct.
White Wolf could have been a challenge if they hadn't screwed up, because
White
White
Wolf
Wolf put themselves in a position where they couldn't sue them.
Yep.
And they grew fast enough that they probably couldn't have, just tied them up in court.
I never liked any of the White Wolf rule sets. And
I
I've
wasn't
played quite a
crazy
few.
about them,
I
but
don't
I
like the
was
world.
happy that I wasn't crazy about them, but I was happy that there was real competition.
But then there
but
was
there was so
Chaosium. There was, they were doing RuneQuest. They were doing Call of Cthulhu. What else is God, in the 80s, we started playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
But I mean,
games.
they bought out Slay Industries because they thought it was going to be a challenge, and then they just put them out of business. They bought out Ars Magica, and they put them out of business.
All of this stuff for Wizards of the Coast is kind of after my time with D&D. I played it in the 70s in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, up to the time when they introduced those orange spines, which are a bit modern for me, frankly. And so TSR went on and did a couple more editions and then faltered. But I used to play Gamma World, which was another TSR game. They used to publish Boot Hill. They published Star Frontiers, which I used to play and I used to have. They put original TSR did some great stuff. I mean, they originated role-playing games completely by themselves, and then Magic the Gathering made Wizards of the Coast rich, and they bought a faltering TSR to get the IPs, and they fucked it ever since.
Yeah, I just want to focus on chat for a second, guys. Jack has joined us in chat. Don't stress, mate. Take the night off. It's not a fucking job. At the end of the day, it's good to see you, though, brother. And Lilith has just become a member. Thank you very much indeed, Lilith. It's good to see. Good to see. But Jack, yeah, feel free to just chill out, buddy. Chill out, buddy. Chrono, what's up, everybody? Chrono's over on Twitch. Look, our first chat from Twitch.
Hooray!
Great.
Yay, Chrono.
Which is great. And Chrono, I met via Daramoof. Via Daramoof's channel. Many moons ago, so it's good to see you.
Darrow's
anyway,
asked me
carry
to go on his show soon. Actually, sometime in November.
Ooh, awesome.
Darrow's brave? Is he brave or stupid?
I'd say brave.
In fact, hold on a minute. Hanayama, have you been on Darrow's channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have, Abe has,
Yanni
Goats has, Yanni has, I have.
Yeah.
Almost all of us have. So Greg
has Stasis.
Yes.
Queef hasn't.
Oh no!
Still hasn't even replied.
Yeah, I was about to say, but Dara has sent a request to Stasis.
Yeah.
And Jack has basically been a regular on Dara's channel.
Yeah, basically Jack and Dara are like joined at the hip, which is great.
Yeah.
Amusingly, I was not actually supposed to be on until the first, and then someone else canceled, and I happened to be in his chat, so he was just like, "Here's a link."
Okay, no los dos. Yes, indeed, Jack.
Porque no los dos.
And yep, Atom Gray's also been on Dara's channel, so everyone's been on.
Everyone
been
in
on
chat's
Dara's.
been on. I'm the only person who's not been on, but I
Yeah.
will be
That
on
hoe.
Nice.
sometime in November.
Look forward to it.
Meaning, Greg, if you go on there, that means then we can all bully Stasis for not having been on there.
Yeah, good. Okay. I'll look forward to that.
Nice.
Sweet.
Get well soon, Stasis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna answer this by text to Lilith because she's asked the question.
She's like, what have I joined? What did I join?
No, I mean, so Lilith asked the question, "Who's a queef here?" As in, who's a queef? And basically, I call Stasis Geek, who's normally on the panel with us, I call him Stacy Queef. So basically, that's Stasis. Yeah, he is called Stacy Queef, and believe it or not, all of my characters in games now are called Stacy Queef. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Right, okay, so in other words, let's just have a look at the... Get rid of that shit. In other words, the Commander format is slightly more casual and accessible format for Magic, which has in turn led to it not only rapidly rising in popularity, but also managing to snag the title of the only non-official format to be recognized by Wizards proper. And further down, that was until September 2024 when the Commander player base found itself in an uproar after the format's unofficial official rules committee handed down a number of extremely controversial card bans. As a result of this uproar, at the end of the month, the existing Commander Rules Committee officially announced that they would be giving management of the Commander format to the game design team of Wizards of the Coast, bending over backwards. Commander has always been a community-focused format, and this move in management does not change that, said Wizards at the time of the announcement. While ownership of the format may be changing, members of the Rules Committee and others in the community will continue to be involved, and the vision for a social format will not change. We've had some preliminary conversations about what we would like to accomplish and have some ideas we will be rolling out together in months to come. Yeah, I press X to doubt on everything so far. I really do. Fast forward to October.
They're taking over a fan base, product again.
Well, I mean, it was that or
they're absorbing it.
So. It was that or sue them. I mean,
well,
it's kind of weird actually because everyone's familiar with Drive-Thru RPG.
Yes.
So there's been at least 2 occasions where Wizards of the Coast has put material on sites like that and then turned around and sued them for having their material on the site.
What the hell?
Yeah, they go fishing, deliberately set up something. Now the question is, do we really believe that Wizards of the Coast would not have approached them already and said, we're taking over, otherwise we're going to sue you? So hand over the reins politely, and some of you might be able to still stay involved.
We'll give you some cards, maybe break some fingers. You'll be fine.
Yeah, basically, they're a bunch of assholes. I mean, ultimately, they're a bunch of assholes who are even doing this.
They sent the Pinkertons to one of their fans' houses who was a YouTuber because he got a box of the latest set sent to him early before the embargo.
Yeah, because they made a mistake.
They made a mistake.
Exactly.
Not because he
sent the Pinkertons to his door, terrified his wife, and roughed up his house. I mean, and took the product off him that he paid for.
Yep. Destroyed it.
No morals. And well, I just put it out there. Fuck Wizards of the Coast. Fuck Dungeons and Dragons. And fuck Magic the Gathering. I've spent thousands of pounds on Magic the Gathering. I gave all my cards away. I sold my TSR rulebooks in the 1980s and played completely different role-playing games the whole time. And I will not play Dungeons and Dragons because fuck Wizards of the Coast. There's millions of games out there you can play. Try these. Anything by Goodman Games is good nowadays.
It's just another IP that's been ruined by complete dickheads.
Corporate asswipes.
And And all the stuff they do that looks good on the surface, if you wait 5 or 10 years, you'll realize that all that happened was they made more money and put more people out of business. I mean, they had a site at one point that everyone thought was great because they're like, oh, they're helping GMs get monetized, like monetize their materials. But, GMs were making like $100 a month off their own materials. Wizards of the Coast made millions.
That's not quite.
That sounds about right.
I think
and it
that's
was-
I think that's an accurate quote there, Greg. To be honest,
That's a paraphrase, but I'll give it.
Yeah.
you.
I like it.
yeah, I think it works. It covers my face as well. It's quite good.
I haven't played in years, but I'm running 3 games right now. None of them are Wizards of the Coast based. And none of them, not only are they not Wizards of the Coast, they're not companies that make third-party materials for Wizards of the Coast.
Good for you.
Which is also good.
But as we'll see in one story I'm going to bring up, there's the tabletop gaming industry, both board games and role-playing games, went really heavily into the woke stuff probably 10 years back, and because the lead time on game productions, if you're going to revise something that was problematic in the 90s and the 2000s, for now you've got how long have they been developing Dungeons and Dragons 5 for? It's been
years
6
now,
years easy.
It's been
but
really
yeah,
interesting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I'm kind of done rambling.
No, it's been really interesting because my husband's, he's a gamer and he's kind of designated GM in a lot of cases. He's got the GM curse on him. So
Grognard.
It's been really interesting to see the parallels between the gaming world and actually the knitting and crocheting world, and especially when wokeism started coming in. It's incredible how much of the same thing is happening. You have larger platforms that are going very left and leaning very left and writing their rules to be censoring anything that's not left agreeing. And it's so wild to see the parallels between the two communities. I guess.
And the thing
word, but
with Wizards of the Coast, Goat, you'd probably agree with this, that what they do is they try to be politically correct with the worst takes on race and things like that, and because they can't say that things are evil, there's always the grey morals and all that. But and that's why they've tried to make this race equivalence between orcs and black people, which is the most racist thing I've ever heard of, pretty much. Maybe there's a few.
Who made that connection? Like,
I'm pretty sure
racist people are like, I
to
didn't
make
do
that
that.
connection. The whole point with orcs is they're evil incarnate, and they eat people. So fuck them, kill them, because they're going to kill you.
That's the thing as well, though, isn't it? Because these woke types, they're the most racist types of people you'll ever meet.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And they pretend they can't face the fact that they are racist. And so they try and cover it with this fake kind of mealy-mouthed compassion.
Yeah.
When they wouldn't know what compassion comes from love, and they don't come from a place of love. They come from a place of hate.
Goat was going to add.
Oh, so my cousin is black, and I happened to be there the first time anyone made a comment to him about orcs being racially insensitive because they were black people, and he went absolutely apeshit. He's like, if you think that's what I look like, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Yeah. I mean, the thing
he's
is,
right, absolutely.
You use the term ape shit there as well.
You're talking about people making the parallel between obviously black people and orcs, but they tried doing the same with the goblins out of Harry Potter and Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they tried doing exactly the same thing. They're trying to draw parallels. And
now Wizards of the Coast have done a player's book or some kind of supplement that's got the Mexican orcs. They're in sombreros with
They're in
mustaches,
sombreros.
and waistcoats, and they're sat on a desert rock looking chill, like they should have some kind of, jalopy or something in front of them, or a range of horses and
Porquedos
pumpkins.
dos?
Exactly.
No.
It's
It's
like they're going to work on a taco stand.
It's even worse. It's the Mexican orc when they are asked, bro, are we gonna eat the human or are we gonna eat the elf? They just sit there and be like, "¿Qué no los dos?"
It's like the orcs there with the stove is going, meat taco, man tacos back on the menu, boy. Oh my god! I mean, how do they come up with this stuff?
They also start conversations being like, let's talk about it.
It's just. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say they don't understand anything outside of their very, very limited media and reality-based existence. Like they don't understand history,
Yep.
they don't understand mythology, they don't understand like the basis of where the stuff comes from, and it drives me crazy. And it's not, I mean, this topic is one that happens to be near and dear to my heart, but I got in a conversation this afternoon where someone kept like using the word like communism over and over again. And I was really confused because the context made no sense. And then I realized they didn't actually know what communism was.
They don't know what it means.
Yes.
They don't know what it
Like
means.
fascists, they don't know
They
what
were just throwing the word out because they'd heard it.
Exactly. They just sound so stupid.
That and fascism. I don't even remember what the context was, but we were talking about, again, me and my husband, we were talking about a conversation or a podcast or something you overheard, and this chick just kept saying fascism over again. And it really was that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah.
Literally, what the
Exactly.
fuck do you think this means?
Yeah, it's literally the Princess Bride. You keep using that word, but I don't think you know what that means.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at the racial stereotypes in this picture from WotC, right?
Oh
This
my
is
God.
a Wizards of the Coast
Yes.
official illustration, right? Look at the
Yep.
racial stereotypes there. I mean, it looks like the background is California for a start. I mean, there's so much.
But it's the sombrero.
Look at the haircut on the one with the axe. Look at it.
Yep.
Side shave.
Side buzz
And the little kid orc.
with purple hair.
The girl in the background having a loving relate. They've got lots of relationships with birds going on here for some reason, because orcs obviously have an affinity with the eagle, rather than in Tolkien forming vast armies that were eaten by the giant eagles instead. But whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
And this guy's got a fucking moustache.
No, see, that's the orc revenge. Now they get to
Isn't
eat
it?
the eagles.
There's an Amish one at the back. An Amish orc.
Image. Yes, this image is so. The more you look at it, the more screwed up it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
the more you can find wrong with it. That's the problem.
This
It
is
takes
part of
the
the
piss.
borderline satanic shit
Yeah.
that goes on. They'll take normal, beautiful-looking people and uglify them, and take something that is meant to be ugly, evil, personified, and make them look better. I mean, they still look stupid, but they don't look like orcs.
And they've
be
introduced
fair-
wheelchairs into Dungeons and Dragons as well. Wheelchair user rules for player characters. In a world where healing magic exists.
Let go.
Fair, I do want to say, about a year and a half ago was the last time I played a game, and I was going to play a half-orc. And I attempted to find a picture of a female half-orc that was actually ugly, and they all looked like hotties with green skin.
No.
Like the males were all big and burly and like ugly and had tusks and everything else, but the women were all hotties that happened to have green skin. And I was like,
so dumb.
What the hell?
Yo.
It's
doing,
really
Eo?
messed up what a lot of individuals want to sexualize and want to fantasize personifying, I guess.
A lot of that was probably Rule 34 type stuff.
Yeah, they are trying to normalize the abnormal. Let's just put it that way. They are just trying to normalize it, to give them a justification for their past actions.
To what Abe said, it's not borderline satanic. If you delve into the conspiracy depths as far as I have, and realise that actually it is satanic. They have a religion. It's called Thelema. They have a church. It's called the Ordo Templi Orientis, and they've been organizing shit for a very long time. It's why the world's gone to shit. It's Satanists or Luciferians, as they're actually referred to.
Preferred term.
I mean, it's also that people are just kind of screwed up. I mean,
That
people
too.
are just weird. There is predator porn out there, people. There is predator fan fiction.
Oh yes.
That sounds
So,
amazing
I mean,
already.
people are
Alien versus Predator takes on a whole new dimension.
I'm gonna eat you with my little mouth.
People are just weird. There are people that are just into some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
to eat people from other planets, but not in
Look
the
at
way
me.
you think.
Seriously,
Mate,
go
it's
to a
coming.
bookstore.
It's coming.
I loathe romance novels.
Oh,
But-
yes. Thank
But
you.
I am fascinated by like human deviance. So go to a bookstore sometime, look at the romance novels, and look at how many of them are related to werewolves.
Yes.
And
Well, how
think
many-
about the fact that what that means is there are a lot of women out there into banging dogs.
Well, you're not
Bef-
wrong. It's so interesting to see what women are into because I mean, and being so not woke here, but what women naturally are into, there's this line between what's sexy and what's hot, and then what's actually dangerous. And yeah, you see these romance novels that basically have a predator as the sexual interest in whatever way, but then they take it even further to vampires and werewolves and who the fuck knows what else? It's like,
Yeah.
what are
I
you
just want to. I just want to bring this up. I just want to bring this
While
up.
I treat you like some kind of alien.
3 minutes to minimum safe distance.
Stop. Not so fast, y'all. You think you can just up and run away? You crazy. I like to eat people from other planets, especially y'all.
I like to eat you with my little mouth, too.
Oh, now y'all get back up inside me, little mouth.
I wants to play, too.
Get back inside. I'll get you when we've eaten them.
Zoop. I fucking love that. Jack. That was in memory of Jack. Zoop.
That's still one of my all-time favorite Family Guy skits.
Oh, it's just fucking fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic.
I mean,
Yeah. Well,
aliens in general is everything about aliens is like weirdly, grossly sexualized.
Oh yeah. That comes from the Geiger artwork. I mean, most of his. He did a whole series called Penis Landscapes.
Penis Landscapes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ickle Pickle almost
It was
choked on a
that
dinner.
inspired the stuff that he did for Alien. That's why he got the job.
Yeah, it's why he got the job, because he was
And-
fucked up.
And he used to. This is a German gentleman. He used to draw detailed pictures of his wife's flange, and then use that in his art as well.
Oh my
Is that where Blue
artist.
Waffle come from? Anyway,
Pretty much pen and paper work. So I don't know. Maybe you use blue ink. I don't know.
yeah, but it's as bad as the deleted scene from Alien, wasn't it? Where the alien was outside the room watching Ripley have a shower or get dressed, and decided, yeah, you wanna look into the deleted sexual scene from Alien.
Oh.
Yep.
No thanks.
Everybody knows about the airbrushing, right?
Yep. No more Bush.
No.
What? So
Yep.
she wouldn't shave for the movie. So
Correct.
someone had the job of airbrushing every single individual hair out of that shot.
See,
Angry-
And then they cut it out.
Angry. No, that particular. There's the scene where you see her not wearing a lot, but you don't see the other bit. But
See,
certainly
I'm just
airbrushing her
picturing
bush
a
out.
xenomorph now.
Yeah.
Watching her shower, jerking it.
Yes.
The acid everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, my tissues are dissolving.
What a fucking facial.
That's
They sell that shit as Botox.
Has everybody seen
Pretty
Romulus?
much.
Yes.
Everyone's seen what?
Has
Romulus,
everybody
yeah.
seen Romulus?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen Romeo.
The scene with the electric prod, where he
Mhm.
like takes the electric prod in the cocoon thingy there.
Yep.
Yeah, tell
I
me
think
that
I
doesn't
erased that
look.
from my memory. for survival reasons.
I mean, you're probably better off.
Lilith, 100%. I am not joking. We are definitely not joking with regards to that.
No.
Yep. Since I think Wizards of the Coast is doing a bad job of managing Commander, could reasonably be considered disparaging the company. This seems kind of important, and they've said all members of the new RC panel will receive the same contract, no exceptions. Yeah, well, they're just bullying their positions. They don't want any clap back because they know they're going to get it, and they should get it. There's no one's above reproach on any of these. You make a bad decision. You make a selfish decision that harms the brand, harms the games, harms your fan base. You should be called out for it. Whether you're a gamer, whether you're a player, whether you're a member of the development teams, whether you're in the studios, whether you're an artist, you all should have the ability to constructively or even negatively. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone should be free to say whatever the fuck they like.
Yes.
There's a lot of predatory practices going on in gaming.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but if you want that freedom, you just don't work for Lizards of the Coast.
Lilith is 100% correct.
again,
There is only Alien 1 and 2.
Yep.
But where do
100%.
you? I mean, you can say
girl
where
is
do you
based.
where do you go if you don't work for Wizards of the Coast? I mean, all the other companies are really small. They're unstable because they're likely to get bought out and/or sued by Wizards of the Coast any day.
True.
You
I mean,
know,
that's a really good question.
Paizo, super woke.
But I mean, the thing
Chaos
is,
Team have gone woke.
Just because the existing card games exist doesn't mean that you can't create a card game.
Yeah,
there's a fine line.
You can't create a card game. In the United States, they have the copyright. It is illegal for any collectible card games to be developed in the United States.
So you don't do it collectively. You do it a different format, a non-collectible format.
Yeah, you really can't. They literally have sued out of business every card game on, and like I said, even the people that tried to go online, they're in the process of suing them out of business.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And
that's Japan.
Yeah, but is that imported then? So it's not actually produced in the States.
No,
it's not produced in the States.
It's produced in Japan.
Yeah.
But there's, the thing that gets me, I know there's the emphasis on the wokeism, but while I find the wokeism annoying, the fact is I can just keep playing older editions. What I find far worse I find the hypocrisy worse, I find their business practices worse, and that's why I won't actually buy any of their products. The rest of it, I would just ignore all the woke stuff. It's the rest of it that I find absolutely abhorrent, that I absolutely can't ignore and I can't deal with.
Yeah.
I mean,
cheers to that.
and the hypocrisy is crazy for a company who prides themselves on supposedly being so liberal and so woke. If you actually look at, this is probably why they have this non-disclosure agreement. If you actually look at ratings from their employees, they're apparently a terrible place to work for.
Yeah, it's toxic.
And if you do go in there and work for them, they will refuse to pay you your value. And if you try and get a raise, their response is, we're the only game in town. No one's going to take you seriously unless you work for us. And everyone wants to work for us. So
like
you
it
take
or lump it.
We take what we offer you or get out.
Yeah.
They literally have attempted to pay people in product.
Fucking hell.
There have been cases where they hire really young people, and their response is like, "Here's minimum wage, and then we'll give you some Magic the Gathering cards."
Blizzard Activision also tried
give you some
this.
books.
So they function effectively exactly like a drug dealing gang, except the product is totally different.
It's not illegal, and they get to print it out of literally print it out of thin air. They can make it.
Yeah, this is mental.
That false scarcity for the cards as well, especially the foils and the rares in each pack and stuff, and the values for them. They have a secondary market value, which Wizards they don't get a cut of, which really pisses them off, I'm sure, because the collectible market is really the trade market and the tournament market is Magic the Gathering, isn't it? Really, the community.
Well, that's why they're trying to drive everything digital. It's the same
Yeah.
thing that the video companies are doing. They're trying
And
to
they're
get
doing it
Magic
with
the
D&D
Gathering
as well.
online. They're trying to get the Dungeons and Dragons online.
Yep.
It's because they don't like the fact that people can buy used books. They don't like the fact that there's a lot of aftermarket sales. So they're trying to drive everything online to make sure that they don't have production costs, and so that they
Correct.
can make sure that they're getting a cut of everything.
And the
Yeah,
way
and they're trying to
I've
make the forced obsolescence a thing.
the way I've described this when the OGL thing came up, when they were basically trying to license everybody's third-party products as their ownership and then force everyone out of business, it was like instead of having product that you've already bought, like historic books that you can use older editions at any other time, sitting at your table whenever you want to arrange it with a group of friends and play a game. It's as if Wizards of the Coast walk through the door of your house, pick up your dining room table with their Pinkertons thugs, and walk out with it and say, "You can't play on this table unless you pay us." It really is that egregious, because they've got this walled garden mentality where they want everybody on their plantation playing their game, buying everything through microtransactions. They're trying to digitize and microtransact this whole thing, and they're just milking us. It's like the Matrix. They're just shoving them in pods and draining all their fluids out.
They've also, the new 5th edition has made it in such a way that basically game masters are the only ones buying books. Like, players don't buy stuff anymore, which is hurting the stores. And that forces the stores to do things like say, you can't play in the store unless, we can charge you a table fee, which then means people don't want to go to the store, so they're like ordering from Amazon. And so the entire structure of like your friendly neighborhood gaming store is like breaking down. So it's hurting the whole game socially as well as financially. It's harder to find players. It's harder to find game masters, because what game master
Yeah.
wants to drop $1,000 on books that maybe you'll get players and maybe you won't?
I don't run games anymore because, like I used to do DMing at conventions. So I, would maybe run 2 games at a convention weekend or something like that. Different rule systems, and various conventions started introducing these umbrella rules where players can have like a red card or like an X card that they can play at any time because they don't like the way the plot's going because it's going near something that's going to trigger them. And to those people, I say, "Fuck off! Get the fuck out of my game, because you are not the only person enjoying this whole thing. You don't get to dictate your mental illnesses onto everyone else and stop them having a good time. And if you're not prepared to play under those rules, you can fuck off from my
And
table.
I tell
I'm
people
not
all the
interested,
time,
so I don't go to them."
I run hardcore horror games, and I tell people I run for adults. And if you're in my game, you understand that I expect you to act like an adult. And if you can't handle it, you probably shouldn't be in this game.
Yeah.
Because I get gross.
I do a lot of good for you.
I do a lot of hardcore psychological horror. I do a lot of hardcore body horror. Like, people would be playing red cards over me all the time. But I didn't like the fact that conventions also started, like, it used to be you went in and you GM'd a few games so that you could get access to the convention. Now you go in to run a game and they charge you for running games.
Yeah.
Like, they charge you for making their convention a success. And I was like,
bull.
you want me to pay you for making you money? Like, when
You put in the effort. You put in the effort. You get it organized. You set it all up. You get people intrigued to play. You get the people to play, but you've got to pay us for it. Wankers. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I used to do that, voluntarily.
What, wanking?
No,
You do that daily.
I'm playing games.
That's better.
I would go.
That's why he's doing this.
Get a free. No, I'm right-handed, mate.
Right,
I get a free weekend.
Can't you do it with both?
Or something like that.
Don't you ski?
Not when I'm running games and talking on the camera. No.
Stasis in one arm, Abe
He's
in the
not
other.
here. You have to let it go, Tomby. Let it go.
okay.
Leave it in the
Okay.
Navy.
Tommy is really obsessed with the idea of you masturbating, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
It gets him very, very excited.
I'm still wondering where his dildo LED light has gone from
I
behind him.
moved it because you two kept on talking about it all the time.
Oh. We bullied him that much.
But
internet
Greg,
remembers.
But Greg, you do understand that now that you removed it, it's going to be talked about even more.
Well, it's actually by my bed. I moved it closer to my bed so that I can use
it's
it.
in
That
his butt.
doesn't make it any better.
That's interesting.
Hold on.
It's in his
Hiding
butt.
That's where he's hiding it.
It's literally.
If he twists ever so slightly to the left, he glows up like a glow bug. That's fucking so wrong. Paige,
It's my new
everything's a dildo
bedside.
if you're brave enough.
It's my new bedside light. So
okay.
You're
It's
stronger
got
than I
good
am.
circumference to it. Then.
it's a
Girth.
It's a huge
Texture.
mineral
Easing
butt
Easing
plug.
into.
It's all about girth.
Anyway, what was
Yeah.
I saying before you interrupted
Don't
me
know.
with talk of masturbation?
Don't know.
You were talking about gay sex.
Gay
No.
sex.
Good.
Well, Tommy was. Tommy was anyway.
I've thrown him right off his track, haven't I?
You put
I've
me off-
destroyed
We were
his
talking
track.
about,
Put me off
we
my
were
stroke.
talking about conventions.
to coin a
We're talking about
Yes.
conventions.
rowing term.
Conventions and the fact
Oh,
that you didn't
convention,
run games
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't run them anymore. It's like
When was the last time you ran one?
at least, well, no, been before COVID. It would have been
Yeah.
a couple of 6 years ago, I'd say. About 6
Easy.
years. I was running
Yeah.
Elite Dangerous, which I've got around here. Some of the Elite Dangerous role playing game to coincide with that. So I was an ambassador doing volunteering, going around various conventions and running those games. That was, not a problem with the game or the company that was doing that, and I wasn't getting paid or anything like that. It's just that was the last ones I was doing. I was also part of the Goodman Games road crew for UK conventions, where people just love playing that game so much. They're just the DMs and GMs are really dedicated. They will just rock up to any convention and run these games. So great little community of people. But like the way the actual conventions themselves are managed has changed so much that there's just like the HR department seems to have taken over everything and ruined it.
That's a very
Do you
good way
not-
to put it.
Do you not run, like, personally even?
Well, I don't have any friends around me anymore, and the friends group sort of with COVID just sort of never really reformed. And arranging tabletop games now since COVID, I think what COVID did was it broke people's
Social connection.
willingness to be in face-to-face
Proximity.
situations.
Yeah.
Just the proximity, it made people fearful, and they replaced that with online play through Discord, which has got
Yeah.
Roll20 incorporated in it. There's a lot of other digital platforms for playing tabletop games, depending on the rule set you've got, and that's why D&D's going the way it's going. Everything's moved online. So now I've actually tried to arrange games with people physically, and people are like, don't
Well,
use-
how
don't
about
use the digital platform, so I'm not playing with it.
how about I say this? How about we try and next year do a kind of like, I mean, there's enough people that are in the UK certainly on this panel, and for those outside of the UK, there's no reason why we can't set up the usual cameras and things like that to get them involved as well. We can easily have a tabletop. We can stream it as well. Make a whole weekend out of it. Get ourselves together, because I mean, there's no reason why we can't.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
There's no reason why we can't.
I had a really hard time during COVID. I tried online gaming, except, like I said, I do horror games. I have to be able
Yeah.
to see the people. I have to be able to see people to see how it's going. Like, are people actually getting nervous? Is like, how are things going?
Right, it needs to be immersive, and that's hard to do when you're, I don't know.
Yeah,
Even if you can see people via camera, that's a serious disconnect.
Yeah, it didn't work well. So, and I had a hard time when COVID was over getting people back together, but I run a Numenera game once a month now. I do run a very small Shadow of the Demon Lord game once a month, mainly because my brother's in it. He's in California. I never get to see him otherwise.
Yeah.
And it's all with people that are from out of state that I know really well, and it's a very small group. And then I'm going to start. So Slay Industries finally got the rights to their game back and put out a second edition after like decades. And so I'm going to be starting up a game for that in person. So I mean, it really took some doing. It's 2024. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
It's taken this long for me to like rebuild things, and there are a lot of people I still can't get together with. But it's man, I didn't realize how desperately I missed it until I started running again, and how important it was.
I was actually at a game convention last Saturday, so they're still going on. But again, the convention rules, I read through it, and it was all, the usual HR requirements form on your badge and all that stuff, which is a massive turn off.
I'm actually just looking online, and we can easily rent a 8-bedroom house for a weekend and just all descend on it. Same thing the FNT crew do quite regularly when they go to various different locations. They will literally just rent a place for the weekend, set up within one of the rooms.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why we can't do something on a yearly basis just to try and build some of that back up. I know exactly what you mean, Greg. In terms of COVID taught people that we don't have to be... Well, it taught people badly that we don't have to be face-to-face anymore or in close proximity, which has done a massive disservice to the younger generation because most of them are so stuck in their mobile phones or their devices. They're too terrified of actually going to any kind of like social engagement. The majority of them, they just don't. Their lives exist online. They exist in their mobile phones, in their bedrooms, on their computers. And even if we were just to say once a year, get out of the house for a weekend, all get together, play some tabletop, watch some crappy movies, popcorn, you name it, all come together. I think it's a worthwhile thing to do. And more people should try and do it in their own social groups.
So fun fact.
Are you coming to the UK next year? Yes.
Apparently, if I time it right, a round trip ticket from fairly near me to Ireland is $300.
Isn't that
I literally can't get halfway across the country for that.
Right. It's so crazy.
£500 return from LA.
I've looked about what it would cost to fly from here in Washington to Tennessee, and it's actually the same price to fly from here to Washington over to the UK or to Ireland or wherever. It's like what?
I know. I discovered quite by accident I can go to Europe cheaper than I can visit my brother for like literally for a third what it would cost me to go visit him.
Do you know there's
for the two of us? It would be cheaper for the two of us to meet in Europe than it would be for me to
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something quite amusing, but it is very, very true. So rail fare in the UK is one of the most expensive, basically, on the planet. It's extremely expensive. A train trip from, I think it was Liverpool down to London was actually more expensive than flying from Liverpool to Paris and then from Paris to London.
No.
Was more expensive.
Sweet Jesus.
Yep.
Well, last year during the FNT meetup, I was actually considering flying to London.
Yeah.
And I'm in the UK. I'm in England.
So dumb.
Yep.
And the whole of Great Britain fits inside California with room to spare.
The problem is the problem is yes, I am a fucking rail nerd because I've been working in rail for about 15 years. But all of the rail is privatized. Well, almost all of the rail is privatized, and as soon as you privatize it, companies want to get paid. And as a result, cost goes up every year.
Damn.
So much for
So I
value
guess
for
that
There's
means
money.
no
the chance of us
subsidies.
meeting in Ireland is out of the question then.
What was
Say
that?
again, Goat.
I guess that means the chances of us meeting in Ireland are out of the question then.
Do you know how much it costs to get to Ireland from the UK?
I've never been to Ireland.
It's like
I live in America.
300
I don't know.
quid.
I live in America. I don't know squat about anything having to do with.
Tam,
Our,
what
our
was the
pup,
cost? Yeah.
our pup was in Northern Ireland. The breed, that's where the breeder was. A pet transport wanted £700 one way.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. For us to get the ferry over with petrol would have
Yep.
taken us 24 hours
Yeah.
and cost us around £700 with food.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the UK, believe it or not, flying to the UK is usually pretty cheap. Getting out or moving around UK is then fucking expensive as shit.
Good God.
Why do you think we want to leave? Why do you think we want
I-
to come to the US?
Yes.
I tried to transport a goat once. It was going to cost me $1,500. So
Yeah.
I mean, that transporting animals is expensive. Period.
Yeah. The lovely Cherry's in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Jack, yeah, here's another good example. There were two friends who lived in the UK, one in London, the other in Manchester. It was cheaper for them each to fly to Malaga and get a hostel. Or hostel. Hostel.
Yeah.
Prices are bullshit. Yes, they are.
Absolute.
Crimson Shadow.
Yeah,
but
but
certainly we can figure something out and just try and get everybody together.
But it's like my cousin flies from Dorset to London because it's quicker and half the price.
Yeah. And it just doesn't surprise me. It just doesn't surprise me at all.
It's just I was doing a quick search and it's 2 to 3 times the price for me to go to any. I don't know why Ireland is so much cheaper from here, but it's 2 to 3 times more expensive for me to go anywhere else near as I can figure.
That's so weird. It makes no sense
So,
to me.
Goat, have you seen this list that Gamers for Harris have? Well, they've made themselves. They've put themselves on.
Gamers for Harris.
Yep.
Yes.
Gamers for
Yeah,
Harris.
there's Gamers for Harris.
Yeah, I saw this.
A list
It's
of
a list of
devs.
like 3 people.
Yeah.
No, there's about 600.
Yeah, there's quite a few actually.
Board game, role-playing game developers, computer game developers.
Mostly higher up.
Yeah, I
isn't
mean,
it?
I don't really care about this because I mean, for years there's been like nurses for so and so and teachers for so and so, and it's always just it hasn't been that unusual. It's never been taken as like a
No, but what it does show is that the people, because there's a lot of CEOs on here, the people who are in charge of the environment of each of the companies are woke leaning, influencing the rule systems. Like actually, I've got several editions. Call of Cthulhu I've got from 4th edition to the latest. What is it, 7th edition?
Speak into the mic.
It's got progressively woker as time has gone by. Same with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. There was a time when is it Monty Cook did that big review or a survey of role-playing habits or something back in like the late 90s, and that really influenced the way lots of different role-playing companies changed direction. And I think this is symptomatic of that.
yeah. See, like I said, I think the wokeism is just an annoyance to me. I don't think it's nearly as bad to me as just the whole destruction of the social and the financial and the the whole desperate need to monopolize. I mean, I hate the fact that Monty Cook was the first one to come up with that stupid checklist for session zeros, but Numenera is still a great game.
Yeah, I mean, a good designer is going to write a good game and a good setting. So
it's like the actor, the art versus artist debate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I
still
mean,
like
I
Numenera.
really like Lovecraft. I like his literature. I like games that are based on his stuff. I love the Cthulhu mythos. Not a fan of his personal politics. Put that aside, because you separate the art from the artist. That's
Not a
what we
fan of
were.
the
That's what I was raised to do. Is to be
yeah.
colorblind in society and separate art from the artist.
Now I do have to say that when you have high mucky mucks actively making statements about kicking all of the white men out of D&D,
Yeah,
that's different. That to me
Kyle Brink.
crosses a line. That to me crosses a line between we want to be more inclusive, which I don't have an issue with. I just think they suck at it.
It's because it's forced and not natural. It's not organic. It's forced.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
exactly.
no
It's just
organic.
they're
It's
just
not
not good
organic.
at it.
Yeah.
But when
Yep.
it becomes a matter of we want to exclude people, like, and we're actively going to say this group of people are going to be targeted for exclusion.
Yeah, that othering.
That to me is where it stops being an annoyance and starts being I take this really personally.
It's ideological.
It's almost like it's a little bit racist and a little bit sexist.
What? No.
Never.
The same culprits over and over again doing the same retarded shit in every industry, fucking everything up.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't stop.
Fucking Tim Waltz trying to play World of Warcraft. Mate, I wish he had played it. I really wish he had played it and he had streamed it, because I would have watched it, hate watched it, and then just tore him a new arsehole.
He'd have been the new DSP overnight.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The thing is that it's... Never mind, I forgot.
Hello, fellow gamers.
Let's just have a look at this list here. So we've got just Xbox Design Manager.
Oh, back on the doodah.
Yeah, I just wanted to review that list. Chairperson of the board, Gen Con LLC.
Scott Alden.
Island.
Yeah, so you got Scott Alden, founder of Board Game Geek.
Board Game Geek. That's one of the biggest board game fan websites out
Bill
there.
Benham. I've got it on screen, mate.
Have you? Right, okay.
Yeah. Bill Benham, TRPG producer, Wizards of the Coast. John Dunn, publisher, designer, Melior, Star Wars, Warhammer, Shadowrun, Legend of the Five Rings.
Stonemeyer Games, board game designer.
Zinsa, Alderac Entertainment Group.
Yeah, AEG.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast, Dragon Foundry. Chaosium are on here. I believe they're on here. I don't want to actually. They're probably. I thought I saw them last time I looked at this list, but I've not found them on the list right now, so they may not be here. Designer of Pathfinder, Paizo. Lead designer. So yeah, I mean it's right the way across. Numenera, Bruce Berenice, artist, Magic the Gathering, D&D, Slay the Spire, and Numenera. I mean, it's an artist, so there's 1,001 artists. But
yep, Lilith's 100% correct. They're saying inclusive to be exclusive. Yep. There's so many things that we can touch upon within everything that they're doing, and none of it is for the betterment of the product or to enhance the game for the players. None of it is. Everything is done for the sole benefit of the company and control, and to essentially almost drive the player base, the consistent player base, away from the product.
That's functionally what they're doing, but I don't know. You've got to wonder their actual motivation, because as a company, I can't imagine that they actually have morals, let alone any of these particular morals. So it's like, what's actually your guiding star? I don't know. I know that there's many theories out there, but
that's what I mean, is that if you look at Wizards of the Coast's patterns, things that looked very progressive or very altruistic. Every single time, like over the last, I spent way too much time on this today. Over the last like 20 or 30 years, every time they've made a move that looked like it was any of those things, 5 or 10 years down the road ends up making them a ton of money and usually ends up screwing someone else over. In almost every case. I mean, there are, like I said, the website where they invited game masters, like, oh, you can put your stuff on here and monetize it, and you'll make money for the things you were going to do anyway. The
Oh,
game
hiya,
masters,
Yanni.
the game masters lost the rights to their
Come on.
stuff, made like $100. Wizards of the Coast made millions.
That's such crap.
They tried to sneak in the open gaming license. Seemed like it was great for third-party creators. What it actually did, they say, well, 5th edition brought in more gamers than any other edition. It was actually the open gaming license getting people to do things like stream YouTube and make like podcasts about it. So more people got exposed.
It freed up so many people to be able to start their own small businesses, self-publishing their own campaign worlds that they'd spent 10, 15 years writing themselves. And that is a very niche product that is well developed, but there's a massive need. I've got so many freaking adventures and campaigns that it would be impossible to play them face to face in a tabletop setting during my lifetime. It's more of a collection at this point, but it's a reference collection as well.
Right, and people developed these campaigns, but then you had to turn around and buy, the regular 5th edition stuff in order to play a lot of them. Or it at least introduced you to 5th edition where you never would have seen it before. And then they tried to put out the new gaming license to crank down on all of it. So they used other people's work to bring people into the hobby and then tried to fuck them.
Yeah,
Pardon my
take
French.
all of it.
100%.
And tried to take all of it back. And they still, even under the new gaming license, if your product is too popular, they basically are going to get an enormous chunk.
D&D Beyond was the case where they bought the website, didn't they? Where everywhere they were doing a third-party service for D&D characters and rules and stuff like that. And they at the tabletop side of that, it was the platform that they wanted to develop. So they bought them lock, stock, and barrel. It's like they won't. You get to a certain point and you're considered a threat, they're going to buy you out or shut you down.
Well, and they don't even have to do that. If they manage to drive all of D&D online, then all they have to do is not support your product.
They just don't support it. That's it. Done. At that point, it's done.
If your book isn't available online, it becomes next to impossible to incorporate it into the game.
Yeah,
correct.
And that's why I think it's important that we save face-to-face tabletop gaming.
100%.
It's got to be, got to do it analog, face-to-face.
There's got to be a concerted effort. There's got to be also that willingness for people to actually go to that concerted effort to try and save it. Otherwise, it's dead. As a medium, it's dead.
It may be already dead. It may be an anachronistic form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Like vinyl.
Yeah, correct. Like 8-track tapes. Greg, you also had this down, and seeing as we are still talking board game related stuff.
So this is another story which Grum's brought up. Eric Lang is a prolific board game designer.
Yep.
And he's produced, he did do a lot of games for Simon, which is a board game designer, that have problems in their own right, in my opinion. They use Kickstarter. They're a huge company, multi-million-pound game production company, but their platform, their business, is putting Kickstarters out with tons of stretch goals and add-ons. They market that FOMO, you'll only be available during this campaign and you won't be able to get this or that or the other. So people end up paying up 400 quid for like the full all-in pledges on their game, and then they do another one and another one and another one, and then they do a second edition and a third edition and this, that and the other. And it's all through Kickstarter. But Eric Lang was designing these games and he became their lead game designer for a few years, and I was looking at his. Sarah Dark did a video on this yesterday, and I looked on his Wikipedia just to see, and the last entry on his description page is I'll just find it. Okay, hold on. Bear with Eric Lang. Eric M. Lang, game designer. Okay, so
XCOM.
but if you look at his biography, in March 2017, Lang became CMON's director of game design. Lang left his position in CMON in September 2020 to focus on freelance work and activism in the board game industry. This is on his Wikipedia page. That is his self-stated goal of going into freelance work to incorporate activism and propaganda in board game design. And now we have this story from Grumps.
Well, just look at him.
I mean, what do you expect from a company called Seaman?
This is true.
He doesn't work for them anymore. But one other thing about Eric Lang is Jeremy the Quartering.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Lang thinks Jeremy the Quartering's a fascist, and he used a bot to blockchain everybody on Jeremy's old Twitter. And all of his followers. He got into trouble with Twitter for using a bot to block people. It broke terms of service with Twitter.
Lol.
So yeah.
Yanni, you were going to say?
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
Go to his comments on. There are Grums's tweet has got screenshots of some quotes from him, which are worth looking at.
Let's do it.
Do you want to read through these?
So September the 16th, I agree with 80%, well, circa 80% of the economic left ideas, even slightly left of Bernie Sanders. And I hate that somehow we think propaganda is beneath us. It's not. Our slogans are effective. They're not. Being righteous is greater than being affected. It's not. I won't even go into the online left, which I agree is a largely dysfunctional clown car full of trauma. I agree with the ideas. I hate the tactics, fucking idiot. So let's start hot. Make America great again. I'm still waiting on my Make America Great Britain again. Is the most effective slogan in our lifetimes. I'll argue possibly of all time. Yes, it's 100% a fascist slogan.
Is it
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
No, it certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't. Making a country great again does not put it under the fascist umbrella of everybody's controlled by a singular person or a singular party. No. Fucking idiot.
It checks the boxes for being a slogan, period.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's a slogan. That is it. And it's actually a fairly patriotic slogan because it's putting the sovereignty of the country above all else. Make America great again.
A nationalist position, not a fascist position.
Yes. Because it's all about the fact that America used to be great. It's not quite so great anymore. Let's make it great once again. Make it the place where everybody wants to go to live. Because
by undoing all the woke shit.
Yes, by undoing all the woke shit and getting rid of all the fucking
To be fair,
bollocks.
it apparently, but judging by the number of people illegally streaming in here, it is still the place everybody wants to come.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta.
We all want to go there legally.
We can.
But we want to make it great again for actual Americans.
Yeah, we can actually argue the toss that the only reason they are streaming in at a rapid rate of knots is because the country is run by idiots so scared of losing control, they're actively bribing these people to break into the country to give them money to then earn the votes to keep them in power.
Should we, if we just
how many people? I mean, the thing is, you look at legal immigration into America. In fact, you carry on talking for a second. I want to look at the legal immigration numbers over the course of the last 20 years.
I just want to finish off about
Greg
Lang.
wants to finish the last one.
So,
go for it.
His latest outbursts on, I believe, on Twitter were that we've been pushing back. Gamers have been pushing back against propaganda and DEI being inserted into board games, role-playing games, and computer games, and he is of the opinion that we're all fucking man babies. End quote. So don't buy games from game designers that hate you, and they're
Yeah.
Did
pretty
he
near.
actually say that? I missed that in that. This
Yeah.
was the last of the
Fucking,
ones I actually saw.
yeah, no, it's a separate quote. Maybe there's a second one with that on there, but yeah, fucking man babies is the latest
I
thing.
was
Everybody.
I was too busy being terrified by the compromise on your tactics, because every time I see that from either side, I'm like, oh, this is what leads to people justifying,
Yeah,
I
because
mean, granted, we're talking ideological warfare, not physical warfare, but this is what leads to people justifying biological warfare.
Exactly, they frame it in militaristic terms. They're in a campaign. They need allies, and so on and so forth. They are basically waging a war, and it's a psychological war and a cultural war, but it's part of a much greater struggle, and in my view, a much that struggle extends all the way to the divine, which is why I started looking into conspiracy theory stuff, and why I discovered that there are active Satanists, Luciferians,
It's almost
running
like
things.
they're having their own personal struggles, like some kind of Mein Kampf.
I got it. Don't worry, I got you.
Hanayama's not commenting.
No.
So yeah, look, here we are. Mass Effect. He's designed the Mass Effect board game. It's his latest thing. Attacking fans as fucking man babies after game receives negative reviews, allegedly for pushing gender ideology. Was he talking about he was asking people on Board Game Geek to delete bad reviews. Yeah. What a pussy. Fuck you, Eric Lang.
Yeah, after
and your games. Then
Sorry,
I've played them, they're not very good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did Ryan Johnson take over making Mass Effect?
He is what I would refer to as a massive bitch.
God damn, Greg is on fire tonight.
I know, I'm loving it.
Stasis isn't here, so he's being allowed to talk.
It's like he's absorbed all of Stasis's energy.
I'm just far too polite to interrupt him when he's going off.
Wasn't Ryan Johnson the last one that used the term man baby?
Yeah.
I lost track. I feel like everybody's fucking saying man babies.
It's a great marketing tactic.
Ryan
I
Johnson
thought maybe they were
used
just
that
the same
term.
person wearing masks.
He used that term when he was looking in a mirror.
Wait. Tommy, scroll back up.
Daily.
Which
one?
one?
Open the from the post of Kyle Mann. Open the right image. Is it on? Sadly, it's not on there.
You're talking about the adrenaline misspelling.
It's misspelled twice. They misspelled adrenaline twice. What do you mean?
Jesus.
How do you misspell one word twice?
It's all the speed they were on.
Retard.
What? So did they ever spell it right?
No. They missed the D in adrenaline, and then they missed another letter. They have two typos in one word. And this is an official print.
Totally different spellings.
No, there it is.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, and look specifically how it's written.
Oh my god.
So,
line.
So I'm going to use this as a
line.
little self-promotional insert. This is why you need editors.
Yes.
Yep.
No. This is not why you need editors. This is why you need an English lesson. Like, what the fuck? Don't drop out of school, kids. It's bad for you. See example.
I like this this first comment. The guy behind it also, unsurprisingly, is a deranged leftoid who got butthurt over the game receiving too many 1 out of 10 reviews on BGG. So the site started deleting them.
How much does this game cost? How much does this game cost?
Too much.
It'll be expensive. It's probably more than that, actually.
Yeah, if it's more than nothing, it's too much.
No. I'm serious. I'm
just finding
curious
out.
as to
35 quid.
Well, that's
Oh.
not cheap for a board game.
translate for us, across the pond.
What is that, about
$50.
$50.
Yeah, say $50.
I mean, that it could be worse, but still, if I'm spending $50 on something and the
£40.
like,
It's
they can't do something basic like spell.
The basic game. Look at the way it's marketed here. The basic game is £40.
Yes.
The full experience with all the figure bundles, £240.
240.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's getting
extras,
into offensive.
Mass Effect miniatures, beta threats, priority, alpha forces, £40 a pack. Yeah. This is
If
how
you
they
buy
do
the
it.
really expensive version, do you get the correct spelling?
No. It's all the
Correct
same.
spelling is only for the privileged.
Yeah, that's DLC.
Right, okay. So here we go. Mass Effect board game, 38. The board game miniatures bundle, 240. Fucking Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm a sucker for going all in on a crowdfunding project and for a board game.
But the thing is that miniatures bundle doesn't even come with the game.
Is that extra, is it?
It's 240 just for the fucking bundle of characters.
Yeah,
so it's almost 300 quid.
Yes.
I don't even know the computer game well enough to want to play that at all. In my experience, like computer game, I want to be careful now. I was going to slag off computer game transitions to board games, but I designed a computer game transition to a board game, so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, but
I was slag them off. They're hit and miss. They can be hit and miss in the same way as a movie adaptation of a computer game.
Keely Chow is in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to see ya.
I need a cup of tea, so I'm going to shut up and let someone else.
Yeah, you fuck off so the rest of us can talk about something.
Yeah, fake stasis.
Fake stasis.
Really terrible thing is that I've looked at $200 games and gone, wow, this game looks really terrible. And my husband will look at it and go, but those miniatures look really nice.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, we are not spending $200 on a board game for the minis.
Yeah, it's $200 for the minis, and then the
We've
board
all
game
done
is
it.
free.
We've all done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we have indeed.
No.
Like,
Tommy.
No. Don't. Not yet. No. Don't.
Bottle.
No, just change the name to Discount Geek.
No, he can fucking listen. He's listening. Stop drawing attention to these things, hairy animal.
You need a spritz bottle.
Oh, yes, we do. I need to get Tam to bring up the spritz bottle from downstairs.
So going a little bit, we covered the Dungeons and Dragons and we covered the Magic the Gathering, but of course the parent company of all of these is Hasbro, and apparently I don't know if they're done cutting, but they cut something like 1,100 jobs, like the week before Christmas last year, despite the fact that they had like record profits coming in from Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. I had forgotten all about that. I'm so glad you brought that back up.
So, like, they're this open, friendly, warm company who cuts people's jobs for the sake of their Christmas time bonuses right before Christmas.
It's good that you're bringing that back up because we're going to have to watch them again this Christmas. I mean, who knows if they're going to do the same thing twice.
You know full well they're going to do the same thing.
But it's good to just make sure we don't forget that they fucking did that.
So Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering designers, artists, and producers lose jobs among over 1,000 Hasbro layoffs, former devs confirm. And the date, 13th of December last year. Dozens of former workers for toy giant Hasbro took to social media to announce that they were amongst 1,100 staff caught in a massive layoff on December the 12th. In an internal memo, Hasbro CEO Chris Cockhead Fuckface regretted eliminating staff so close to Christmas and called the drastic decision a lever we must pull to keep Hasbro healthy. So basically make them work all year, and just before Christmas, sorry guys, no Christmas bonus. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Except it wasn't
worst timing.
Except it wasn't true, because the article I found broke down their actual finances, and what they did was they moved a bunch of they moved a bunch of stuff online so that they didn't have as many production costs, and they brought in a ton of money through Wizards of the Coast, and cut jobs and basically just automated the heck out of everything.
Yeah.
And that was after they had cut like 800 jobs a month or two before that.
A month or two, because it was back in October, wasn't it? They cut the
Yes,
previous
it was like 2,000 jobs.
Yeah.
Right around the holidays, so that they could, because I'm trying to remember what it was. I didn't, unfortunately, I dropped the article already, but it was yeah, they had higher profits that year than they'd had years before, solely because of Wizards of the Coast. But they'd automated everything. And I've heard too that they've gotten really bad with their artists. Like they cut their artists don't get paid very well, and there's been talk about, as soon as they can figure out AI better and figure out how not to get sued over it, that they may be cutting. There's rumors that they may start cutting artists so that they can just automate their artwork.
I mean,
Speaking of which, they're also getting sued over art, apparently. Because one of their, about 6 months ago, there was a video online. One of their Wizards of the no, let me think. I didn't have this one in my lineup. One of their Magic the Gathering cards, Double Trouble, I think it was called, or Trouble Comes in Pairs, or something like that. It turned out that one of the figures was a direct ripoff of an artist who still worked for Wizards of the Coast, but he had previously worked for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And the artist had pulled an image that he had done for Cyberpunk and used it on this card. And so then they started looking at the rest of the card, and it turned out that the artist had just pulled from like 3 different.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Trouble in Pairs. Had just pulled from 3 different other artists, and this card is just a compilation of at least 3 artists that they just smashed together into this one card.
That's cool.
There's like some Boris Vallejo art in the body of the other character, and then the head is from a magazine cover or something.
It's actually quite shocking, because I mean the thing is that let's face it, the Cyberpunk, it's its own IP, and the fact that the artist has been involved in that IP previously does not give them the right to the IP to use it anywhere else. And it's too similar. I mean, the thing is, flipping the image and changing it ever so slightly, subtly, is not enough for it not to be IP and copyright infringement. Naughty. Very naughty.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that Boris didn't give permission to use his art in the arms of this, and so then they started looking at other cards, and I think there's actually now been there's not, like, a bunch of cards are now under inspection.
Yeah, I bet there is, actually. I bet there is. Yeah, because the Wizards have been notified looking into it. Caught red-handed, another one. Yeah, there's quite a lot of things that are being copied at this rate. And we know full well, as soon as AI has come to a point where they can just lean on the AI generation, they're going to dump as many people as they can do, because it's overhead that they no longer have to pay out. They can pay a much smaller premium to an AI generation engine, which they'll probably train. They'll probably get a couple of data scientists in. They'll train a algorithm over the entire history of all of the cards so far. The AI will be excellent at creating these things, including the descriptions, including what the actual card is there to do. And they'll just say, right, generate me a complete deck of this that we can use in that particular scenario.
Yeah.
Job done. It's the way it's going to go.
Yep.
100%.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, they've already been cutting back on budgets for artists because we're looking at a lot of, tabletop gaming, card gaming, whatever, and the quality in art seems to be continuously going down.
Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? Because let's face it, when you're cutting a business down to the bone in terms of financials, because you don't want to pay people the going rates, you don't want to pay artists properly, you're not paying them properly altogether, you're trying to pay them off in loot crates or gift cards or some other freaking remuneration, the standards will slip. And the last thing you'll be left with are people that don't care about the product, not particularly very good artists. So you get this situation where everything is rushed and everything looks crap, and people will copy. They'll steal content from other sources if they can get away with it.
100% yes.
And this is what we're seeing more and more. And it goes, and it's not just for games, it's not just for art or anything. It's films, TV. How many original ideas have we really seen come to TV or film in the last 5-10 years?
Oh my God. It's
Hardly
at the
anything.
point where if I see something that's original, it doesn't even need to be to my taste. It could be something that I normally wouldn't watch, but if it's original, I would be happy to support it. Asterix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this that Goat sent me?
Revolutionary technology, real world results.
Science fucking playing. Some fucking advert.
Oh. Nothing played on mine. It was just an article. So this was from a couple of years ago, but it tied into what we were talking about earlier with whether or not
Revolutionary technology, real world results. That's SAP Business.
Science played.
Be ready.
Revolutionary technology.
Fuck off, adverts.
I don't. You need a better ad blocker. Doesn't play for me.
I just close the window. That's the best ad blocker ever.
Well,
So it's
yes,
it's
no.
an article from a couple of years ago where they said that we were talking earlier about whether or not they would just shut down third-party content that they didn't like or that didn't sign whatever paperwork they wanted. And apparently there was an article at the end of 2022 that said that they were going to use 1D&D to possibly kill third-party homebrew content.
Yeah.
By not allowing anyone to legally publish homebrew content for 1D&D. And it was a rumor at the time, but considering their habits in the past, I can't put it past them.
I can't put it past them either, to be honest. I really can't put it past them. But we are 2 hours 10 minutes into the show, and I feel the need to unleash someone's fury. Well, actually, it's less about unleashing someone's fury and it's unleashing his laughter, which we don't hear often.
There it is. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Popcorn out.
There's my, yeah, no, I need to go. Hold on. Let me get settled. You go on.
Oh fuck yeah! This brings joy. This like you know the image with the Japanese woman sitting there. This image does not spark joy. This image sparks joy. This sparks joy. This is hilarious. So Ubisoft shit the bed again. Shock or horror? I know it's not like we have been saying this for like 15 weeks.
Full blown out.
Yeah, I was going to say a good 20 episodes.
Yeah, so at this point, the fucking the fucking bed frame has already been broken, annihilated, and turned into fucking matchsticks. But
Did you notice? Wait, did you notice that?
Concerned with the pre-order.
Shut up, you fucking dickhead.
Eligible for
mute him.
Yeah, I'm just muting. I want to go back to fuck me.
Sorry, Abe, I
Sideways.
tried.
Come on, you fucking bellend cunt.
That's okay. I was
Any
just saying
second. 2 seconds.
Oh
There.
God damn it.
Right, Abe has been trying to say something for the past 5 minutes.
Go on, Abe.
Well, the moment's kind of past now, but I was just saying that they've
sorry.
basically gone full-blown Amber Heard all over this now.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
That bed is thoroughly shat in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They shit the bed?
Yeah.
Oh, well and truly shit the bed.
Oh, they
Okay.
can't stop.
This is
Okay.
way better than the other.
Yeah, so the one we're looking at in the video is the statue that was advertised way in advance for the physical collector's box. So this is the collector's statue. This one in design has not changed. The one that had the one-legged Tory was an item that you could buy on the Ubisoft store and was not bound to the physical collector's edition. That's the one that got pulled. So the one we just saw in the little video, that is the collector's box statue, which again is unchanged. But the funny part is, so regardless of whether you buy the physical collector's edition, the digital collector's edition, the gold edition, the fucking platinum Uber long schlong edition, whatever the fuck Ubisoft has,
yes,
you usually get the season pass and you get the 3-day early access with those editions. Ubisoft has now cancelled both the season pass and the 3-day early access to the game for any of these editions, which leads me to believe that they have canned the early access for one specific reason. If people get early access, that means they get to talk about it 3 days early and warn everybody to not buy this absolute retarded piece of filth and dog shit. So Ubisoft would lose more money, and they cannot have that. Because losing more money, I mean, at this point, does it really matter if you go from being worth 50 cents to being worth 40 cents? Like, shouldn't really matter that much anymore, but apparently it does to them. But also,
they'll get kicked off the stock exchange if they drop trade below a certain threshold, don't they?
Yeah, I mean,
That's one of my questions.
Yeah, but if they get bought out and get turned into a privately traded company, that doesn't matter anyway.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I wanted to address this because I knew this was coming. Haha. So the original price for the physical collector's box was $280. That has now dropped to $230 because the season pass and the 3-day early access is no longer included. By the way, for anybody listening, if you have pre-ordered and or bought this, you are clinically retarded and need to visit a doctor because something is clearly wrong with you.
Yes.
Okay? Just we got that cleared.
Do you guys think that there is a chance for Ubisoft to bounce back from this, or do you
No.
think they are past the point of no return?
No, here's what I honestly think.
A company that isn't run by lobotomites.
Oh, fuck lobotomites. This company is run not even by lobotomites because they have brain mass left. So, here's the thing, and here's my honest opinion. Here's my honest opinion about Ubisoft. If they make it to February without being already bought by the Gilmore
Tencent.
Family Group and Tencent, it's a joint offer by the Gilmore Group and the Gilmont Group and Tencent. So if they make it to February, there's only one specific thing. Like, if they make it to February and this fucking piece of filth and dog shit and fucking crayon releases, they're gonna get absolutely hammered into oblivion. Not only will their stock fall into the absolute abyss, like their stock will drop beneath the 10th circle of hell. But given that Japan has already filed and complied a bunch of potential lawsuits giving falsifying of history, blah, 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 and all that shit, cultural appropriation, falsifying and misrepresentation of religious figures, all that great nonsense. So if the game actually sees the light of day come February, they're gonna get their ass blasted to fuck. And it's gonna be great. Meaning, if they make it to February and not die beforehand, and please, Ubisoft, don't die. I need this to happen. Please, let this game release. Because this will be the greatest month in my personal existence for just sitting back, putting my feet on the table with the world's biggest fucking basket of popcorn and just laughing at them when they get destroyed every single day.
So to answer the question from my perspective, can it be saved? Yes.
Thank you.
And
I would be curious to hear about that.
And the
I'm
reason
saying this
why
really
I
quick
say
because I'm about to make popcorn, so I gotta go quiet. So go ahead.
Okay, the reason why I think it can be saved is these are digital assets within a framework. You could easily replace Yasuke for someone else and a different character altogether. You can also remove pretty quickly with scripted language across the entire of the game in the back end, or mentions of it. They can refactor some of the storylines pretty quickly. You're probably talking about a month's worth of work, and they could rejig the entire thing. Now, the problem is, yes, that saves the game into a playable state and gets rid of all of the problems. Have they done damage to the reputation? Yes. Are people going to play it? Remains to be seen. So, can it be saved? Yes. But can it be? Who knows?
Yeah, but
Go make your popcorn.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing why I would actually disagree with you on that one. We're talking about Ubisoft.
Correct. And they're not going to do it.
Yeah, no, but even if they would try, they could not save a line of code if their life depended on it. If you put a gun to their head and be like, rewrite this to make it even remotely normal, even remotely okay, or you get shot, these people will die. They are no longer capable of writing or producing anything decent because all of them have a bunch of melted crayons in their head which replaced their brain, which went onto a trip onto someplace else because it was no longer needed in their empty, rotten heads.
So I'm gonna challenge you on that one. Ubisoft cannot do it, but Tencent may do it.
Yeah, but that's why I said, if they don't get bought before February, this shit is over.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This shit is over.
They need to be bought by December in order to have enough time.
They need to be bought tomorrow.
Yeah, to be honest, you're probably not wrong.
I mean, in other Ubisoft news, like just to tell you how amazing that one was, they just fired the entire division that made the current Prince of Persia game, and the main response to that one was there was a new Prince of Persia game because nobody heard of it. Because
no one heard of it.
Yeah, because the marketing for it was basically non-existent. There were no trailers, no announcement. They were on no conventions being like, oh, by the way, new Prince of Persia game. They just released it. Nobody bought it because nobody knew it existed, and then they fired the entire team because the sales did not meet expectations. No shit, Sherlock.
This is a manufactured crisis, though, isn't it? It stinks.
100%.
It stinks of like intentional mismanagement, tanking the company, to drop the share price for a cheap buyout. And I know I've seen in some of the chats about Ubisoft and the situation around them that Tencent, when they took their stake, what is it, 20%?
20%.
Yep.
They have in that a clause which allows them to refuse any other buyout offer.
Yep.
Yeah.
On behalf of Ubisoft. So they've got a veto on anyone else buying Ubisoft.
They accept themselves.
Tencent has that, and the Gilmont Group both have it, and both together have now made an offer to buy Ubisoft. So both Gilmont and Tencent basically could sit there and be like, okay, let's say Microsoft would be, okay, we're going to buy Ubisoft. If either Gilmont or Tencent says, nope, we don't want that, offer is dead. Both of them have 20% shares, by the way. So both of them have the exact same clause. The funny thing, though, about that is, even if you take into consideration that they have this power, which is obviously a big deal, the idea that Ubisoft would purposefully produce shit in order to tank the stock for them to get bought out is like, okay, let's say management really is that retarded. Does management just want a cheap paycheck and then leave? Or do they actually are that retarded that they believe if they get bought out and now have a boss above them, that they are not going to get fired?
Well, it was this family business originally of the Gilmont brothers, wasn't it? It's created by them, 5 of them.
Yep.
And they maybe as a family, I don't know if they all feel this way, but maybe as a family they've decided we just want to get out of it, get paid as much money as possible, and retire and leave it to someone else.
Dumb and happy.
Nice, Yanni.
So yeah, I think maybe there is
fucking
look at that popcorn. Look at that popcorn.
It's steaming.
Nice.
I'm fucking steaming.
Nom, 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 nom.
I haven't had supper yet. That's not nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking I need to go eat some pepperoni doughballs.
It's just not going to cut it, is it? A drumstick. It's not going to do it.
Abe, you're really quiet, mate.
How about now?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. Yeah, Yanni's a hater. She committed a hate crime.
Yeah.
Oh, what I do now?
She's got a
She
mouthful.
says with a mouthful of popcorn.
Nom, 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 nom.
I can hear her chewing.
Okay.
as it should be. No, but honestly, like to me, this literally reeks like, okay, Ubisoft management rather just wants to get the buyout and then just fuck off and leave.
Yeah, and just fuck off. Yeah.
Because they are just done. But again, still, this brings me joy. This makes me happy because I know what's gonna happen if by some godforsaken miracle they make it to February and actually release this piece of dog shit. Yeah. It's gonna be absolutely hilarious. And they're releasing it on Valentine's Day next year. Oh, nobody is gonna buy that shit on Valentine's Day. Like, are you crazy?
Amazing.
Like, these people are utterly retarded.
I think they have released
Maybe
it.
some very,
they've moved it a month.
One at a time, Greg.
They've moved the date a month, so it's March. It's March 15th now, I think.
No, it's still February.
Let go.
No, they have. They've. It's recent. There's a recent update. Endymion did a video on it about someone's leaked the call center script that they've been advising people to read out, and it's got a new release date included in it, which is March 15th, I believe.
So not off right now, so it's not official yet.
No, this is
it's not official. It's not official. Eclectic Goat was going to say.
Oh, I just said if it was on Valentine's Day, it would have to be somebody very, very lonely.
Yeah.
No, you would play something different. And to Daily Dysfunction's point, no, this shit does not make me very moist. This shit makes me very sweaty because I get very, very happy about it. And if I get happy about it, I get very hyperactive about it, and run circles run circles in this room and yell and scream a lot, which is great exercise for a man my size.
My name is Harry Enema, and I'm so sweaty. Yes.
I can literally, like, no shit. I can literally start to get fucking heated just by getting angry. I can literally get sweaty by getting angry because
you are basically Karlach from Baldur's Gate 3.
It's even more retarded. My normal body temperature is already 37.2 degrees, which is already far above norm. So if I then get angry, which in turn increases the body temperature again, I edge on clinical fever temperatures.
Yep.
Just by getting angry. So not a good plan.
Yes.
Not a good plan.
Right, okay, time's rocking on. 2 hours 25 into it. I want to just get this one done because this is fucking funny as fuck as well. We've seen it coming. Marvel's Blade reboot continues to ice skate uphill as Disney remove Ali-led film from 2025 release schedule, gives premiere date to Predator Badlands instead. So reading between the lines, it's basically pushed back indefinitely.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead as a dodo. We knew it was coming. We're just waiting for the official words. Let's face it, it has been plagued with nothing but problems. And I just want to do this because this is fun.
Just bring back Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
Bring back Wesley Snipes.
That's the only way you could do it.
I was just about to quote that.
Mate, I literally went on the high seas just to get that clip.
Yeah.
way he looks at the camera right after he says that. It's
Yeah.
not just the quote, it's the way Deadpool looks at the camera knowingly.
Exactly. That's what's so beautiful about it.
I'm gonna play it again because it's just great.
Only ever gonna be one blade.
It's the eyebrow raise as if to say,
Right?
we fucking know. We have been saying this for the last freaking 2 years.
Exactly.
It's been a long time
I
coming.
mean, they could just bring him back for another Blade movie.
The thing is, right, okay, so the panel right now, if Wesley Snipes came back as Blade, obviously we've got no Whistler. If he comes back as Blade, would you go to watch it?
Absolutely, in the cinema.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd consider it.
Yes.
But I'm also
100%.
very cynical.
In a heartbeat, probably multiple times.
Yes, 100%. I wouldn't even think twice about it. I would not even think twice about it.
And
if they've got
understand that
this-
for me, I have to drive 40 minutes to get to the nearest cinema, so...
Yeah. So
I have
it's...
to leave my house.
I know, right?
Yeah, like what the
Exactly.
this is where Abe's saying, I have to leave my goddamn county to find a cinema. But the thing is, let's face it, Blade 1 and 2, Blade number 1 was absolutely fantastic. I would give that a 9 out of 10 any day. Blade number 2, a 7 out of 10. Blade Trinity, a 4 out of 10. It was shit, but it's got its moments. I would watch a Blade... Sorry, Abe, say again?
But it had the proof of concept for Ryan Reynolds to be Deadpool because that's basically what he was channeling in his character.
Yes and yeah. I would actually
Yes and
say,
yes.
obviously, Weapon X was way before that, which actually gave him the first opportunity.
Well,
but yeah, I would
think
actually support that point of view. Actually, I would support that point of view.
I think it was based on the strength of what he did in Blade Trinity that led them to create the Deadpool short that was quotation marks leaked.
Yes, quotation
by Ryan
marks.
Reynolds.
Yes,
Yeah.
quotation marks.
Yeah. But yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, I would go and watch it. Davey Verse saying don't need a fourth Blade. No, you're incorrect. It would be a third Blade. It's a third Blade, not a fourth. There isn't 3 Blade movies. There isn't. Sorry, there isn't.
I mean, he's already beaten Dracula, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Blade 3 is 7 out of 10. No, just because it's got Jessica Biel in it does not make it any better. I'm not saying she's bad.
I'm not sure.
I'm
I've
just
seen
saying
the
it's
third
not
one.
Third one is where they bring the first Dracula vampire back. Oh, fucking what's his face out of Prison Break, the older brother, Dominic Thingy-me-jigger.
Did they have Whistler like imprisoned?
No,
and
because
they're
Whistler's
bleeding him out?
dead.
So
in
is that
number
the
2.
second one?
Yeah, Whistler's dead in number 2.
Yeah, but
They have Whistler's... Right, okay, spoilers, it's been out for fucking ages. Jessica Biel plays Whistler's daughter.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well,
I've not seen the
also-
third one then.
Whistler is dead in real life now as well.
Yeah, I mean, arguably you're not going to bring back that... unless they do a Deadpool Wolverine and just parade him around as a corpse.
So here's a question. Considering his age, probably what would happen in this day and age is that Wesley Snipes would be the Whistler type role, and there would be another younger sidekick.
Yeah.
If it were well done, do you think people would give it a shot, or do you think people would just say, "Oh, this is going to be more of the same" and blow it off?
Now, the thing is, with the Ali-led Blade, the intentions behind that one was always to have Blade's daughter as the next generation coming through. And there is comic book precedent for it. It can work. And it can work really, really well. But the problem is that we've been so bitten by poorly developed scripts, poorly developed and basically the woke infestation, that our confidence of anything pulling that off, because as soon as you say, right, we're going to do a Blade movie, but it's actually Blade handing over the reins, well, it's no longer a Blade movie. It's now the
I'm not
same
even saying-
issue as Furiosa and Mad Max.
I'm not even saying handing over the reins. I'm just saying that, there's like an equal, and again, this day and age, it's probably going to be a younger female.
Yeah.
But like a partnership type, I don't want to say buddy cop, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It can work. It could work.
Because
but we've been bitten.
There have been some movies and shows that turned out to actually be pretty well done. But because everybody's kind of gun shy at this point, they ended up not doing well because nobody went to see them or nobody watched them. I mean, most people watched and or liked it, but nobody watched it because everyone they were like, oh, Star Wars is terrible these days.
Yep.
Whether or not, whether it was good or bad, do you think it would even have a shot?
I think it really depends on how good the marketing is. I mean, if you have a really good trailer out there, I think there is a shot. However, it's not, it's certainly not like what it used to be. It doesn't matter how good the trailer is or how good the movie is or how good the marketing is. It could be amazing, but I think unless you have something that really is out of recent norm, I don't think it's going to have the success like we used to see. With that said, I think it's possible, but
I don't know, because like say look at the recent Deadpool movie. That was, was it close to $1 billion or did it?
It's over
$1
it.
billion?
Over.
So it's super.
Gone straight past. It's 1.3 now.
They're going to want something like that, and if they can get Wesley Snipes to reprise the role, I think they'd be in for a winner. Maybe it wouldn't be $1 billion expectation because Blade was a smaller franchise, but depending on the cameos they add in and if they build it in as part of this revivified Marvel cinematic universe, it would have legs, I think.
Yeah, but we don't even need the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Would it be a Blade 4? Would it necessarily be Blade 4? It would be Blade appearing.
But even in that one, you could even go one step further and do Logan, but with Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, that I think would do well.
And because acknowledge Wesley Snipes' age, acknowledge Blade's age in that timeline, and have the more old, more gritty, more okay, fuck it, let's just do whatever I want, and have the old grumpy old man Blade like Logan style, and have that be the final Blade movie. You could go that route, and I would watch it. Like fuck yeah.
I don't want to see a rehash of Logan though. That feels.
No, I'm just saying, like in that style, like the more like the older character, the more like just fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever, because the younger version of Blade has a very specific style to it on how he does things, and the older Blade gets, the more grumpy he gets because of the injuries and his age. Right?
Yeah,
and so you can give me old pissed off vampire Blade still doing his shit, but his persona being like the old grumpy man,
A grizzled veteran. Yeah.
The grizzle.
Yeah. Like
grizzled entertainment.
Tomby. Like Tomby's a grizzled veteran.
Yes. Look, it says it on my hat.
I'm thinking about the possible traps that Hollywood might fall into. Like they're notorious for learning the wrong lessons.
Exactly. That's why I have little hope. Even if Wesley Snipes came back as Blade, again, I'm cynical. I would take pause and actually see what's being promoted in the movie, and then see what other people are saying. Because I just assume it's all crap at this point, even though it's not.
I would watch it even not based on the preview, because I don't know what's going on with previews lately, but previews either don't tell us what's actually going on in the movie. They tell us too much. I don't know. The previews just suck lately. I don't know what it is, but the previews are just awful these days.
Yeah, for me, previews these days are giving away too much. They're
Or
not giving the mystery over to the person to think about, or to let that mystery run in the viewers' heads. They give away massive plot points.
Or they
It's
lie.
like the opposite. It's
Yeah.
like this is the opposite of the Saturday morning cinema that inspired these great
Yes, correct.
franchises in the first place. It's exactly the opposite. Like that time, you would
Yep.
watch an episode, and at the end, there would be a literal cliffhanger most of the time, or something where something was about to happen, and then you'd need to watch it for the next episode to find out how that resolves. And actually, it would be refilmed, and it wouldn't happen anything like it ended on the
Yep.
previous one.
Lord of the Rings, 100% correct here. Previews give you everything you need to know, and most movies are shit and not worth paying to see.
Yeah, but what they've
Can't
done is
argue
they've
with that.
flipped that cliffhanger and front loaded it, saying this is everything that's going to happen. Trigger warnings, there might be some gunfire and flashy lights. Go and get your safe space sorted, get your pillow fort.
Yeah, make sure you've got your pillow fort, you're wrapped in cotton wool.
Have a cup of hot milk or soy
Yeah, see,
milk, depending on your diet, and prepare yourself for
fucking soy milk
entertainment. And then it'll be
So
20 minutes of nothing.
My movie theater, like once a month on Mondays, does a secret horror movie. Occasionally it's just a secret movie, period. So you literally, you go in, you have no idea what the movie is. You don't know if it's a new release, you don't know if it's an old movie. And those are the best.
That's
Because
fantastic.
they haven't been ruined by like everything. And I've gotten to the point where if a movie looks interesting, I really try to avoid watching trailers completely. Like if I just get like a movie poster with a one-liner that looks like it's going to be interesting, I don't want to know anything else because I know they're going to screw it up for me.
Right. It's funny that you say that, 'cause that's honestly my perfect experience of a movie is not knowing jack shit about it. I don't want to know the genre. I don't want to know anything. Just somebody tell me, hey, you're gonna love this movie. Sit down, watch it, and that's all the information I get. That's my ideal movie watching experience. I love that. My husband's the complete opposite. He hates not knowing, and he will fast forward in a movie to make sure will this turn out right, or is this going to piss me off? He's the complete opposite, but I want to know nothing. I think that's fantastic. I also don't trust.
A little bit about the film that you're going to watch, but not too much.
Wait, say that again, Abe?
It's worth knowing a little bit about the film you're about to watch, but not too much, so it doesn't give anything away.
Right.
See, to me, if it's a good poster, a poster and a one-liner ought to be able to. I mean, since the previews obviously aren't doing it these days, let's put it back on the artists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's in theory. But then again, I don't watch trailers for shit anyway. The usual shit that I do is they like to release these short little 10-second clips, and specifically for movies that I have no earthly idea about what the fuck they are. It's like, okay, so this is a horror movie. Neat. Okay, that's all I need to know. It's like, okay, this is whatever, like insert genre here. Okay, I know what I'm watching, and then I can judge it based on that. I don't need any additional information.
I was muted earlier, but I just want to focus on Lord of the Rings here for $1 on the Rumble Rant. Last good movie I saw in the theatres was Top Gun Maverick. Very good movie. Deadpool and Wolverine was mid, and Oppenheimer was adequate at best. I didn't actually rate Oppenheimer that well either. I would actually say 6, maybe 5.5 out of 10. Nothing really to sing about. Deadpool and Wolverine I actually enjoyed thoroughly because I'm a big child and I love Deadpool. I love Wolverine.
That was the last movie I saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, 100%. Now,
see
don't get me
Oppenheimer
wrong.
or
I like a lot of movies, but there was just I got tickled a lot by Deadpool and Wolverine, specifically the music, because I tie a lot of my enjoyment to movies in the story, but the music as well. But Lord of the Rings also follows it up with another Rumble Rant for $1. The Lord of the Rings movies were so good that people saw them even though they knew what was going to happen. I'm a big Tolkien fan, if you couldn't tell. Actually, I fully support and fully agree with that. We saw it multiple times.
Yeah.
We knew what was going to happen. We knew the books. We knew the stories. We knew they were going to be split up into 3. Hobbit wasn't as good, nowhere near as good, but still easily 6.5, 7 out of 10. Whereas for me, Lord of the Rings was that 9.5, easily out of 10. By far the best trilogy I've ever seen in my lifetime. And to be honest, Jackson did such a good homage to Tolkien's memory from it that nothing ever will ever come close. I don't think you would ever be able to remake Lord of the Rings. I don't think anyone would be able to make it.
Oh, someone could try, but they won't make it better.
Yeah, but but in the meantime, I really like the sequel to Oppenheimer, Godzilla -1.
I'm just looking at Ickle Pickle's, and I'm guessing Salem is on Ickle's keyboard.
Gee, what gave it away?
The screeching gave it away.
Lord of the Rings, I've actually watched it a number of times. I watch it every couple of days because it just tickles me in so many ways. But the thing is that while I'm working at home, it's just easy for me to just shove some noise on in the background. But yeah, I can watch it time and time again.
Actually, I would say the more that I've rewatched it, the more it's grown on me.
There's just certain elements when it comes to the music that they just put the music at the right point. Whoever did the sound design and the music coming together for some of the sequences, fucking chef's kiss. Absolute chef's kiss for me.
The blade entrance moment as well.
Yep.
And it's got all of like the lion sounds and then little kitty sounds.
The little kitties when the Deadpools come out.
Yeah.
100%. Do you know what? It's funny you should say X-Files. It's funny you should say the X-Files because I actually started watching everything from season 1 again. And I started that, last week? So I watched probably 4 or 5 episodes during a day while I'm coding. And yeah, I'm just racking through it. And yes, Lord of the Rings got it right. Lord of the Rings got it right. So fuck it. Why not put it on again? Where is it? Fuck. How do I do it?
Press the button.
There it is.
There's only been one blade. There's only ever going to be one blade.
That's especially for you, Lord of the Rings. Thank you very much indeed.
So good.
Classic.
When I was doing my Aliens Unappreciated 90s Aliens edition, I was watching through...
Oh, your audio's gone.
Attack of the kitties.
Attack of the kitties. Your audio. Bah! It's like someone... It's still doing it.
That's so bizarre.
Do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a vehicle has got its horn on just constantly.
Yep.
Oh, sounds
Poor
like...
Goat. She was in the middle of something.
I know, she was just in the middle of saying the most important thing we've ever heard.
Ever.
And suddenly her microphone turns into a reversing fucking nincompoop on a motorway.
That's like one of the opening scenes of Deadpool 3 as well, isn't it? Where he's at his birthday party.
Yeah.
And it just cuts to, and that's what I think about climate change, vaccines, and all this stuff. And you don't hear any of it.
You don't hear nothing of it.
But at
Is that
least
any better?
Oh,
Yes.
miles better.
Yay.
Okay, I just turned it off
Welcome
and turned
back.
it back on again. IT crowd.
Yep. It always
There's
works. It
wisdom in
always
that
works.
show.
100%.
Don't drop the internet.
I just said that when I was doing my
What a
Alien
sight.
Edition video, I rewatched Earth 2, and man, I had forgotten how amazing that show was, and Space Above and Beyond. Both of them. It's tragic they were both cancelled after one season.
Yeah, and this is the problem. You could have seen Earth 2 going seasons upon seasons upon seasons, and it's a shame that it was cancelled.
Yeah.
The thing that pisses me off, there's so many, even at the time they were very critically acclaimed, and some of them were very small in their fan base at the time. But since a lot of these programs I mean, Earth 2, what was that? 95? I think it's 90.
I'm
it's
sure
mid
it was
90s, wasn't it?
Mid to
Earth
early
2.
90s, yeah.
Earth 2, mid 90s. I mean, the thing is, you look at it; it's 20 years old, and my God, if there's an opportunity to bring something back, that'd be perfect. Sounds like Tam's getting attacked by the dogs.
I think they're eating her. You need to go and do a welfare check.
Yeah, well, we're almost at that time. We're almost at that time, guys. We're racking on towards the third hour. Yeah, go.
And wow, Clancy Brown manages to both look like he has not aged at all and look so young at the same time.
I don't. To be honest, I don't think the fucker ever aged. I don't think he ever aged in all of the films and TV programs from that era. He just doesn't appear to get older. And I love
hair
Clancy
got gray
Brown.
and he got
I love
bigger.
him.
That's about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Clancy Brown.
I have Clancy Brown jokes in that video. Just
I remember Space Above and Beyond. I certainly know the
What
name.
the fuck are you doing, Tam?
It's not me, it's Rosie. She's been a right arse.
I can just hear this.
It's either that or someone's
It's
been
Rosie.
possessed.
She keeps. Poppy's going to bite her face off in a minute.
Oh no!
Nom 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 nom.
Look at Tommy's face. He's like, "Oh fuck! I gotta go do that."
Get a puppy, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
It's gonna be easy, they said.
Steve with the werewolf attack. Fucking yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Okay. Let's. Yeah.
I
Go.
should not neglect to mention that Tim Curry is in fact also in Earth 2. He gets neglected.
I'm pretty sure he's in everything.
Who did he play in Earth 2?
You're just gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
Fuck! You're gonna make me fucking do it, aren't you?
I don't think I've seen this series.
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if it's on my questionable source of entertainment.
It's on
whilst
YouTube.
we go around the room and figure out.
Steven Spielberg.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Steven Spielberg.
It's available on the
production.
YouTube. Interesting.
Space Above and Beyond is also on YouTube, and somebody's made it in high definition.
Really?
Oh, really?
Ooh.
That was me just thinking of buying the box set.
Oh, look, it looks like we're doing a watch party, guys.
No. Support physical media.
100%. We all should.
Yeah. Play the full series, the HD AI remaster.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Cough. I may be doing something later on. Anyway, right. Let's go around the room. Ickle, you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Right. Okay, Ickle, what you got coming up? Anything you're doing? Anything you want to plug on Destiny's Bears?
Well, hopefully, my awesome husband is going to release my next video.
Fuck.
That's only positive thing I've heard her say about you.
So there will be the first week of Rosie being home.
Yes. So that's going to be released tomorrow, and the thing is that we did Rosie's video of litter to basically leaving the litter and coming to the UK. It's almost at 6,000 views, 160 odd likes, and gone mad.
Holy cow!
Absolutely mental.
Yeah. So it's a 3-minute.
It's a puppy. What did you expect?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a 3-minute video. It's got 5,866 views and 20 hours of watch time.
Nice.
Easy.
And I've never had any of that luck.
Ickle Pickle is just speedrunning YouTube.
Mate, yeah. It's definitely giving someone a reach around, and it's not me. Motherfuckers. But yes, keep an eye out for more videos of the doggo. Greg.
Hello. What am I doing? It's Wednesday
know.
night, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Mr. P probably not stream until Friday. I'll be on Tangent Kings Friday night with Ryan.
Yep.
And then Old White Road on Sunday night with Ryan as well.
Throw a spear at Ryan for me.
I'm not throwing spears at anyone.
You're not going to get involved in that.
Maybe not,
Mate. I had such a laugh at some fucking idiot's expense. So for a lot of people, obviously Ryan said something possibly questionable with regards to chucking spears. I'll phrase it like that on one of the channels the other day. Needless to say, everybody descended on him as if it was racist remarks and whatever.
Like 20,000 irate comments on you on.
Yeah. But the
engagement is engagement.
Yeah, the thing is, engagement is engagement, but it's the fact that some fucking poor idiot who didn't know any fucking better decided on Twitter that they would say something along the lines of, he needs a spear in his ass, and I just replied, "Are you going to throw it at him?" Because obviously the whole chucking a spear joke, and he said yes.
That GIF.
I
liked that response.
Yeah, the fucking joke, the point went over the head. Now the problem is let's also face it. Yes, it can be deemed a derogatory. Oh, fucking, I can't speak anymore.
Derogatory.
That's the badger term. But it's just fucking language that we've all grown up with, and especially people in the UK, we've grown up with that language. It's just a couple of words strung together. People need to get off their fucking high horses and not be so fucking uppity.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes anyway.
Yes.
I would normally, and this was my response, I would normally agree and just roll my eyes, except I've been on streams with him where he said stuff way worse, and that suggests to me that it was not just a joke.
We'll see, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean,
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
There's I did have to actually point out there's actually a bar called Spear Chuckers, and it's in Austria, and it is literally all Kenyan-based symbols, items, memorabilia, you name it. So people
I do
look
know
at it
that
as a good thing, not just a racist thing.
I do know that the development team for Valheim used to call the little goblins that run around in the plains spear chuckers internally, and then their team grew, and they kind of got a HR department. They were like, no, you can't be doing that. I think it was Embracer bought them out, and they were like, no, spear chuckers off the table.
Yep.
Oh, of course.
Anyway, right. Who is next? Harry Anima.
I mean, it's the same thing as usual. It's keeping an eye on the good old Twitter machine to see who else makes an ass out of themselves, so I get some entertainment. And other than that, obviously, next year, same place, same time, as should. And in the meantime, yeah, I'm just gonna laugh at a bunch of bots and turrets that have nothing tourists that have nothing better to do than make an ass out of themselves for my personal entertainment. So yeah, it's the same shit as usual.
Right, just before we move on to Yanni, Lord of the Ree, coming back with another Rumble rant. What are yours favourite movies to watch on Halloween? Mine are OG Evil Dead, 100%, has to be watched. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow's always a special one. I do like the Nightmare on Elm Street series, certainly the earlier ones, Friday the 13th. I do like some of the Pet Sematary film. That's always good. A couple of the others in between. What about you, Greg? In terms of favourite films for Halloween? Frighteners.
Herbert West Reanimator.
Reanimator, good film. Abe?
I would have to say A Nightmare Before Christmas, but I watch it on Christmas as well.
Hell yeah!
Nice. Yanni?
Sorry, I got excited because that's exactly what I do. I watch Nightmare Before Christmas every Halloween, and I watch it on Christmas as well. It's been my tradition for 15-ish years now.
Sweet.
May it continue. Harry Enema?
Vampire Hunter D Blood Hunters and Vampire Hunter D 2000, as well as the Helsing Ultimate Trilogy.
Nice.
Interesting. And Goat?
I don't have a specific tradition, but I love 13 Ghosts, and the child in me will always love child in me will always love Monster Squad.
Nice.
13 Ghosts is the one with the is that Tony Shalhoub? The guy who played Monk.
Yes.
It's got Shaggy in it.
Yeah, I love the special effects for the ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
I do remember that being a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Another good one is the Witch, I think it's called.
The Witch?
Yeah.
No, that's Tam.
Wait.
Hey now.
Mind you, I'd rather be a witch than a bitch, eh?
Yeah, that's why Stasis isn't here. He isn't here. Queer. That's one.
Also,
queer.
Not here. He's
also,
still
since
queer.
we're on the horror movies, if anybody has not seen it because it's really really fucked up at times, it's an animated horror movie called Beauty Water. So if you are not shy of body horror, then yeah, you might want to watch that one. And if you're shy of body horror, still watch it.
What was it called again?
Water.
Beauty Water.
That sounds
right.
like
Going on the
a
list.
kinky sex move. Anyway, Yanni, what's Yanni got coming up?
Really, I'm the segue.
Yes.
Weird thing.
Yes. We're going from Halloween to scary films to sexy, weird stuff. Right. Pun and Colin, go.
Okay, let's hear. I totally lost my train of thought. God damn it, shut up. If if you are a knitter, crocheter, weaver, anybody who's interested in fiber arts, I sell hand-dyed yarn at www.pineandcauldron.com. I am so getting distracted by everything. God damn it. That it's mostly merino wools, but feel free to message me if you have any questions about any of the yarns on there. I have recently dropped some Halloween themed patterns. They're also on that website, and there are more coming. Let's see what I've got coming up. I've got some content I'm working on, but I will also be on Jack Tarlad's channel next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Time, American Central Time. But I won't be here next Wednesday. I gotta go help a friend out of town and take care of some kids, and I figure being on the podcast while taking care of kids is probably not a good idea. So I'm gonna have to skip next week's ad.
Boo.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yarny, did your box show up?
No, not yet, but I haven't gotten to the post office to check my P.O. box yet, but I will take a look. I am expecting some awesome stuff from Eclectic Goat. We're going to be working on something special because she's got some amazing sheep, and I get to spin some wool, and I'm really excited about it.
Look at this awesome comment from Yarn Witch's Willy Warmer.
Oh my
I
God.
love keeping Woggits warm.
Who the fuck is that?
And Jack says, "Shut up! You're gonna be on my channel." He keeps on messaging me to say, "I've got something to discuss," and then we never discuss it. Fuck.
Oh, was I not?
Opportunity lost.
Sorry.
Opportunity lost. But make sure you pop across to pineandcauldron.com, guys. Make sure you get that yarn and stuff. Abe,
Do it.
How do?
how diddly doo.
I want to see it be. That's funny every time.
It is.
Yeah, well, first I want to say thank you to Greg. He gave me a gift earlier in the week.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that, mate.
Did he give you that facial you've been after?
I slipped him a well-oiled
that
Conan.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I hope Stasis gets better soon.
Fuck him.
I hope Smooth's having fun gallivanting around the world.
Fuck him.
I hope he gets sunburn.
Like a typical German.
And hopefully we'll see
He gets beaten
Jack
by the
back
Americans.
as soon as possible. Hi to Daily Dysfunction, as always.
We love you.
I'm probably not going to be around as much over the course of the next week because I've got some personal stuff I need to take care of. But that's about it, really. Hopefully you'll see me next Wednesday.
Happy days. Thank you very much indeed, Abe. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Always.
If you skip next week, you're going to be downgraded to the Pink Ranger.
Are you going to get on? Are you going to get on Conan much? Do you think? Working during the day, you get on in the evenings. We could play some time.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I've also got party animals now, by the way. So.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're doing that tomorrow.
Oh, we're doing that Thursday.
Tomorrow. So
Yay.
we're bringing it. We're going to start bringing back party animals. Certainly, we're going to try and hit it as much as we can do over the next couple of weeks because of the Halloween event. So as many people as we can do. We're going to have 8 spots available. Obviously, some of them have been claimed already. And if we've got more than 8 people from the Muppet, from the community, if you've got party animals and you want to play, jump into Discord tomorrow, let your names be known, and we'll rotate people. And I'd love to kick the fuck out of you. Great.
Gonna get drop kicked.
Yes. Goats!
Are we going to do the racing, or are we going to do the fighty fights?
We're going to do fighty, and we're going to do... we'll probably limit it to 1 round of racing, and we'll mostly focus on the fighty sports and team games and wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon we do racing at the start because it's quick and easy to get out of the way. Then team play, fight the fuck out of each other, and then end up with some solo kick the fuck out of each other matches.
Yeah.
And then just go from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes. Goats! What do you have coming up?
Let's see if we can get through this without my mic making weird sounds. So I am the Eclectic Goat on YouTube and Twitter, and Rumble for those who happen to. Well, no, I take that back. Rumble is being weird. It changed my name and won't let me change it back. If Potato Revan does Ghostbusters this Friday, I will be there. I will definitely be on Dara's channel next Friday. I recently, last month, put out 2 videos. It's the first time I've ever managed to get 2 videos out in the same month. I started my #TheBookIsBetter series with the Hunger Games, and I did my Underappreciated 90s TV Alien Edition. And I am currently working on #TheBookIsBetter for the Green Mile. And hopefully that'll be out within 2 or 3 weeks. But I do put a tremendous amount of research into them, so they take me forever. So
that's a lot of work. But it is appreciated. It is appreciated because your channel and the content that you're producing is absolutely top notch. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy the points of view because I mean the thing is I'm a fairly simple person. I see bells and whistles, but I know what I like. But I'm always intrigued to hear it from someone else's perspective, and you've got certainly a very unique way of putting that information across. One that I thoroughly enjoy. So everybody, make sure you are definitely subscribing to the Eclectic Goat and checking out her channel, checking out her content.
I'm trying very hard to hit 250 before I put out my next video, so that would be very much appreciated. This one may actually come out a little faster. I had forgotten how fast to read The Green Mile is because it's actually very repetitive, and I hate to say it, but the movie may win on this one. I haven't decided yet.
The gasp.
Okay, so the Eclectic Goat is now at 242 subs. So I am sure by the time we finish this stream, we can get her up to that magical 250. What do you reckon, guys? The link is in chat. I think Daily Dysfunction has also linked it as well. Make sure you pop across. And let's see if we can get Eclectic Goat by the time we round off the stream. Up to that magic 250. And also, just go into one of her videos. Make sure you subscribe and give her a thumbs up on a video. And that way, it will make sure that the sub sticks. Because we know how YouTube can be.
I was going to say, otherwise it'll just kick you out within 48 hours.
Within 48 hours, it basically doesn't mean jack diddly shit.
Just remember, I did do the Alien Edition, and Earth 2 is on there, and I've got chapters in, so you can show up, you can look at my Clancy Brown jokes, and then you can leave.
Do you know what's actually funnier? Is I've never put chapters into any of my videos, and I'm looking at the underappreciated 90s Alien Edition and thinking, fuck, now I've got to do something else to be good. Shit. Mate, this is the good thing about content creation and streaming. There's always something to improve upon. And I'm just looking at it now and thinking, how easy is it to actually put timestamps into... I take it you're just putting timestamps into the description and it automatically generates it.
You literally just type the number in on it.
Holy fuck. I'm fucking
there are a
retarded.
whole bunch of people that there are a whole bunch of people that apparently just want to skip straight past the intro and go to whatever the show is they like. So
cool. Happy days. Make sure you sub across. I'm going to do a refresh. Let's see how we're doing. 2, 4, 5. 5 away. Right. Okay. You've got basically 2 minutes, guys. You've basically got 2 minutes before I'm kicking everybody out. Right. Okay. Myself, I'm going to be playing some Walk the Wizard from Mandy Summers in the next quarter of an hour. So I'm going to probably play that for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So make sure you pop in and come and see us. Baldur's Gate 3 comes back next week. Tomorrow, Party Animals. Do you know what? I can't hear that weird sound of Stasis Geek playing naughty movies in the background. That's a fucking first.
Blissfully peaceful.
I know, it's weird. I can do my outro with comfort and not be distracted. Anyway, squirreling on. Do that again, Greg?
No.
That is the correct response.
It's the only response. But Party Animals tomorrow with the guys and girls. I'm tempted to also do a Halloween movie straight after Party Animals. So join me for that. Friday, Grand Theft Auto with Dealbreaker and the Chums. Saturday, some World of Warcraft with Ickle. Sunday, some Final Fantasy with Mirden and the Sunday Spotlight. So make sure you come back for Sunday Spotlight this week. We didn't have one last week because I was completely shattered from the dog. Definitely going to have one this week. So without much further ado, chat. Thank you very much indeed. And for all those gifted subs, members, and Rumble Rants from Lord of the Rings, we say thank you and goodbye for this week. Make sure you tune in next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.